Yeah, you know. You down with AIP? Yeah, you know me. Anything is possible to create. The key on the mic, I'm the truth, no fantasy. Podcast flow, old school vibe guaranteed. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. Jumped on the beat like a classic cassette. Late night talk, the vibe you won't forget. Dropping wisdom gems, the grind is set. Every story told, ain't no limits met. You open the mind, the world opens wide. On this podcast, real thoughts collide. From the cooks in the kitchen to the suits we chide. Dreams get bigger when the truth's supplied. Sip on success like it's poured in a mug. Real talk, no BS, no need for a shrug. In your ear like an anthem, snug as a hug. Tune in, feel the buzz, plug after plug. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. AIP, every listener knows. Breaking barriers, smashing the foes. Convos deeper than a philosopher's prose. We planting seeds, watch how it grows. 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 Deep in the swamp where the secrets lay thick. Whispers in the shadows, they hit like a brick. Talking with the moon, got the stars in a twist. Truth or illusion, the facts get dismissed. Talking with conspiracy, whispers in the air. Truth in the trenches, but who really care? From the dirty south where the legends get made. Stories in the dark, watch the shadows parade. Slick tongues spin tales like a spider on a thread. Hood prophets preach knowledge while the streets stay fed. Voices echo deep where the rivers don't flow. Lost truths buried under where the cold winds blow. Heavy bass thump, got the block hypnotized. Mysteries unfold under blood red skies. Voices in the static, they creep through the scene. Street sermons spill truths, but they cut like a guillotine. Talking with conspiracy, whispers in the air. Truth in the trenches, but who really care? From the dirty south where the legends get made. Stories in the dark, watch the shadows parade. Blueprints of chaos in a world so deranged. Every word they speak got the vibe feeling strange. From pyramids to projects, the stories collide.
Welcome everybody to the AIP channel where anything is possible. Tonight we got another great show. It's going to be a little interesting, and it's going to be the solo Ricky show. When stuff happens, it's going to be. But still got a big show planned for everybody. Make sure y'all hang out to the end. As always, I'll have the fun videos and the positive videos to kind of counteract all the negativities going on in the world today. So we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna try out my new headphones here, and where I can actually hear myself feeds back into this. Kind of cool. I can actually hear myself talk without having to take the headphones off. So new toys. So appreciate y'all being here. Appreciate y'all coming back. I said we got James and Sweets already here. Cool. Appreciate you, James. Cool. Shoot, I might send you a link. We'll probably just put some links in a little bit. I only got one title on the thing tonight because it's pretty much everybody's talking about it right now. So I figured, well, why not us too? Appreciate you, Matt Sal. Appreciate you. I'm playing with it, working on it, try to make it a little better. So yeah, we're gonna. There's chaos in the world. There's some shady stuff going on, and I think by the end of the night, there's going to be more thought process of what's going on because there's so much crazy mess going on. absolutely, because certain people funding certain things all across here. And then now there's also other things going on, so it might be kind of a using this as cover for something else. We're gonna get into that. Um, so let's. I guess we'll deep dive right on in. What's up, Charlie? Appreciate you showing up. Like I said, it's gonna be me solo for a little bit. I said James might say he might pop in a little while. Um, this will be for the ones listening. I'm gonna put the link in a second up in the chat. So if y'all want to, y'all can pop in. We'll do some call ins basically, and if y'all want to, or y'all can listen to me talk. Even though my voice is kind of, I don't know, it's deeper right now because I'm not feeling 100% right now. Sinuses are whooping me right now, but as the saying says, the uh, yeah, that link James you used before should work. Hey Andy, glad you came on. Appreciate you. Um, appreciate your Discord too. I've been enjoying that, all the links and stuff like that. Uh, Sounds good, James. I said no no rush. We're gonna have fun. I got lots of videos, lots of stuff. Um, I bet I got 30, 40 minutes of animal and feel good videos for the end. So to balance off that all this negativity you got going on, it's gotta we gotta have it. We gotta have some balance because there's so much chaos going on in the world right now. Um, we'll do some show some other stuff real quick. Then we'll get right into it. I will get a chance to everybody pop in. Let's go copy in and everything. Get a little more chance because I know the way it's not giving me any pre. You can see it coming kind of deal. I don't know. I got to figure that out. Got issues right now, but it's working. So everything's the software is working and everything's streaming. So yeah, we're gonna keep on keeping on. I saw this video though. I thought it was pretty crazy. It says archaeologist shows why treasure hunters die. Check this out. You don't mess around, fall off in that hole. Yeah, if he went in that hole, he would have died for sure. Just that natural gas or whatever trapped that gas that was trapped in there. Especially them tombs that have been trapped for years and years and years. You gotta be careful. Um, this one here's. I should put this with my inspirational, but this is pretty. This is cool. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. heard myself back. Like oh, what's up, James?
Hello.
That's what I heard. I was like, why is it? I hear myself a little bit. Okay. How you doing today?
Okay, just figured I'd join you since you had no one else at the time, and um, I'll be happy to listen in and comment when I think of anything. So
Yeah,
happy to
yeah,
be here.
sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to try to show a few kind of random cool videos real quick, and then we'll get uh and then I was gonna get started on the meat and potatoes of the show, I guess.
Yeah.
Uh, Elmo's telling it how it is right here. Oops, I forgot. He's trying to tell it like it is if I unmute it.
Don't you love when people tell you, hey, it's okay, you don't have to cuss? Like, the fuck? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Especially if you piss me off. I'm gonna come after you like a spider monkey, cussing your ass out. Can you imagine going up to somebody and being like, hey man, you're a butthole. Yeah, yeah, you eat stinky feet for Christmas. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't have the same effect. Imagine Carl over here calls you a dumbass, and you have to go to him and you're like, well, you know what? Your breath smells like poop. Yeah, it doesn't have the same effect. I'm going up to that motherfucker and I'm saying, dude, you're a piece of shit. Fuck you. Yeah, see the effect that has? It's a lot better, lot better. That's just almost 2 cents. Okay? Don't argue with me about cussing. I will fuck shit up. Okay, that is all.
That was amazing.
Elmo
what's-
says.
Yeah.
Elmo says
know what's-
fuck.
What's weird about Elmo is I've heard of a couple stories, not very many, but like where people saw Elmo toys either in their home or elsewhere that they were like they seemed intelligent. And this is like in the years and years and years before electronic toys, where like there were apparitions of Elmo. Not even kidding. And I forget what show I heard it on, but this guy kept on seeing Elmo like in odd places, like up in trees and stuff, and like when he was and like it was following him. Really weird stuff. Um, Along that whole line of people seeing toys or cartoon characters. So yeah, it's weird, but yeah, that's what that always makes me think of because of course it's me. So yeah,
Oh, for sure. Oh, Mr. Strange is in the Rumble chat. That'll work.
that
Nice,
strange
nice.
guy.
Yeah, that strange guy.
He's okay.
For sure, for sure. Um, has a few random videos there. But yeah, I know everybody knows what's going on in the world and the craziness. Um, but I seen this video and I remember him saying about it, and everybody was laughing at him when he said it. Oh, wild ass Sam Tripoli. But let me play this real quick.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
You had a conspiracy for us at dinner, but Joe made you wait. What was it?
Oh yeah, that's right. What was it?
You want well?
Which one was it?
What's going to happen?
Oh yeah, you want to know
coming
what's going
up?
to happen?
Yeah.
With what?
In this country?
Okay,
What's-
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You want to hear now?
Yeah. Tap me in.
We're in the Bolshevik War right now, bro. And right now, what's coming up is all the pride stuff is going to be okay. So I had this woman come on my podcast. Her name's Mel K, and we had gotten in real trouble on this show before because we talked about this one family that I will not name. Okay, and every time we named this family, the four tech gods all came down and just fuck my show.
Is it
Just
the
Game
Rothschilds?
all of no,
Don't
no.
say it.
I'm not
hey.
saying the name, but
Brian's
I'm not.
trying to tank his own show.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? That's
Yeah.
how much he loves the deep state.
Oh, yeah. So she comes out again. We just mentioned what happened on the show. They do it to us again. They do it to us again. We just mentioned their name. Go, you remember when we talked about them and they took it happens again.
Damn.
So she
So what are they doing when this happens? Let me say they do this to you. What do they do to you?
okay. So on Apple, Google, Twitter, and Facebook all effed me.
How so?
Like
Okay.
shadow ban suppression?
No, even
No, how so?
worse. Even worse. So on Apple, they listed my podcast that no one listened to it for like they showed nobody listening to the podcast.
So they block people from listening
No,
to
they
it?
should
won't
like
show
when
their
you go to
downloads.
like see what your how your podcast is doing. It listed nobody, not just one episode, multiple episodes. I got strikes and deletes on my YouTube channel and all my Facebooks. I couldn't get into my Facebook.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it was just like boom, 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 all on one thing. When I
And
named
what
this,
did you mention that this family had done
That
that was so
they-
egregious?
this is funny because it involves something to Brian. That basically this family is so rich that people think that the CFR is just basically their board of trustees
What's
of all their
CFR?
company. The
Council of
CFR.
Foreign Relations.
Oh, sorry.
They're
Come
your
on, dude.
babysitters, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. What are you talking about, dog? Right?
They're the people that taught you how to jerk off.
Yeah. They're the ones who taught you how to tie your fucking shoes
My
and
favorite,
shit.
my favorite joke is like, you don't believe in conspiracies because you love your dad. Remember?
So Mel
that's what it
K,
is.
Mel K comes on my show, and she's like, she goes, I've been talking to some people in the intelligence, and they go, this gay pride stuff is going away, and the next thing you're going to see are immigration riots. This is going to be right around the next election. So hand to God, we do this episode. Next day, Starbucks is like, we're banning all the pride stuff. And now you start seeing they're putting little breadcrumbs out, man. Little breadcrumbs. Oh, I saw this one thing in Chicago. Oh, yeah. Illegal immigrants are upset about where they're staying. And these illegal immigrants who speak no English are holding up perfectly written English signs saying we're tired of how we're being treated. And now you're starting to see this over and over again. Eric, so everyone's always like when all these Republican governors are like sending these immigrants all over the country.
New
Everyone's
York?
like, yeah, you're showing those Democrats. Bro, they're moving assets. I know it sounds crazy, but that is 100
What do you
what
mean they're moving assets? What do you mean?
Dude, these guys coming into the country, bro, have you seen them? A lot of them are Chinese, and a lot of them are military age
Russian, too.
people. And I'm telling you, they're moving. And this is what's going to be right around 2024 election. Immigration riots, people going nuts, and as listen to this, and you'll start seeing all the little breadcrumbs being put out.
May I give you another scenario?
Oh, no.
May I give you another possible scenario? I hate to piss on your parade. What if we do have open borders? Thank you, Joe Biden, and a complete disaster down the border, and so governors like Greg Abbott are going. How about you guys want a taste of what we're dealing with? Hey, New York, here you go. They bust 13,000 immigrants in New York. Eric Adams goes, we don't have the resources for
Yeah,
this.
Brian.
And that's a good way to
But
teach the
Brian-
blue states to change their border
Yeah, that's what they
policies.
want you
That's
to
what
think.
you
That's how
think,
you
dude.
get into the.
This is Brian. Look, I'm a puppet master. That's
I'm
what
telling
doing.
you, that's
I'm
what they
not-
want you
You're
to
buying,
think.
you're buying it.
Oh, I thought I
They're
was a
No, you're the
moving
puppet.
assets, bro.
You're the puppet.
They're moving
What
assets.
do you mean, like military people?
Dude,
man.
study the Bolshevik War. It is happening
Bolshevik
in real time.
revolution?
100%.
But-
I just wanted to get that out to everybody because I'm trying to warn people. This is what's next.
Is wild and crazy that man is. Mr. Strange. He kind of cringe. He does. He gets excited and um, he's kind of like a baby Joe, Alex Jones, I guess, or something. I don't know, but he called this one right here because they've been going away. They've been doing they've been pulling away from DAI, hiring stuff. They've been a lot of the price stuff and coming out of stores and everything, and then all of a sudden now this happens. And I did see today too, right now, with all this other chaos is going on. that they're pulling families of soldiers out of bases right now that's over like in the Middle East and pulling them out and bringing them back to the states, getting ready for something.
Hmm. That is weird when you see all those movements of people. It's yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's wild to see it. Um, it makes you always to me. This makes me ask questions. You know, like okay, this is going on, and I went on. I talked to people in chats, and I think I said on algorithms live the other day too. I was sitting there. I was. It's been all the so much. There's always a distraction. There's always like you can use whatever for you want to as a distraction to push other stuff in, and even if it's the stuff is really happening, which is stuff is really happening, but it's like one of them things. Um, okay, this is happening now. Let's use this opportunity to do something else at the same time. Uh, oh hell, Matt's house. At one of his friends got deployed. But
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
this is absolutely orchestrated. You got. Uh, I'm gonna pull it up in a little bit. I got so much stuff. You got the heiress to Walmart funding the No Kings rally that's going to be going across nationwide this Saturday. So um, for the ones listening that don't know nothing about it, check it out. Kind of see because it's got all the sites. If you go to No Kings, what was the site? Let me look it up real quick. Make sure. NoKings.org. You can pull it up and it's got a map and it'll tell you where they're going to be protesting and what times. And so if you're in the area, you might want to stay away from that area for a little bit. Certain areas are going to be better than others, for sure. The major cities and stuff, you might want to kind of be cautious. Um, but yeah, the areas too. Um, I have to look it up real quick to. I'll find in a second, where I can say her name. Um, yeah, the heiress to Walmart actually is funding the protest on that side, and you got a bunch of other people funding other parts of this thing. It's absolutely there's people protesting and out there trying to do right and do their part. Like you're legally able to protest, and it's okay if you don't feel strongly enough. You get a few people together, you get a group. Oops, you get a group together, and it's okay. But all the looting and rioting and all that stuff. It's you know they're breaking into Apple, just wrecked the Apple store. They're wrecking all kinds of jewelry stores. That's not protesting ICE. That's just taking advantage of a situation and try and get an easy buck or just be hoodlums, I guess.
Yeah. And I don't feel bad for Apple so much. I just feel bad for all the employees that have to deal with all that.
Yeah, yeah,
Before
yeah.
and during and after. I mean, that's not right. And then like the store. I mean, who knows? I don't know how like store owners how much money they get from all how the cut works and all that, but I imagine it doesn't help them any either because they got to pay for the repairs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and even if they do, they pay insurance. Like I know, like a lot of big companies, their insurance before they can have insurance, their deductibles is astronomical numbers.
Mm,
Some of them is a million, some is a quarter million. Um, so if it's up to a certain point, they just got to pay out of pocket, or they
yeah,
might just pay out of pocket anyway because of insurance. See, of course, they may be able to reach out to the state and hey, with the whole situation, maybe they can get some money back. But for sure, they're going to have to spend a whole lot of money. And now they got, and now they're crying. I got a video of Bass here talking about she's crying. Um, I had to find it. You know, you were supposed to get the World Cup there in LA. If the LA's destroyed, and they ain't gonna want to try to bring the World Cup to LA.
Oh wow,
Um,
yeah.
uh, there's that's yeah, okay. Oh yeah, here she's talking about it.
Of the graffiti that is just blanketing a number of blocks has been extensive. We are 1 year away from the World Cup. This is about beautifying our city and bringing our city together. And so I am calling on business leaders, community leaders, faith leaders to come together downtown in the next few days to talk about how we are going to clean up the city. Obviously, city workers are already out there removing the graffiti, but this is so extensive, it's going to take community wide involvement. We had launched a program called Shine LA a couple of months ago in preparation for the World Cup, and now we are called on to direct that citywide. We need people from all over the city to come to downtown and to help with this effort, especially of the graffiti that is just blanketing a number of blocks.
Oh, here's chatting in the chat over here, and let it keep on playing. But yeah, of course, this tweet says it won't be at a host, and I mean, it's going to take some work. It's going to take a lot of money to clean up, and they're still tearing stuff up right now. So, um, I mean, it is possible they still be able to hold the World Cup, but they're going to have to do some work. Um, but the Marines have just showed up though. I don't know what this dude thinks he's about to do. That freaking Humvee full of damn Marines. Surprised they didn't open the door and hit him in the face. They need that because people tearing shit up. I seen a video where the 7-Eleven, they actually able to hold people off, and actually one guy got him to stop before they tore the damn door off. There was no everybody in the whole store was holding the door closed. I think I saved it. I'll find it. If I did, I'll find it. But you know, and the guy was like, "Hey, this ain't a protest. So y'all need to keep going. And this ain't about the protest. You don't tear up these people's stores. Like you're destroying your local community stores for freaking what? Protest, yes, but don't destroy your community. What the hell's wrong with you?" And it's wild, wild, wild times we're at, and then And the White House released this video here.
A fourth day of rallies and protests on the streets of Los Angeles.
It was a peaceful rally. What is going on right now is also peaceful.
We are expecting rallies later on.
When they show up, we gotta show up even stronger. In Los Angeles, there is a new crowd of protesters that has been building.
CNN had it that these were rallies. Now they've become protests. I'm afraid that by tonight they become riots. If we don't have the ability to stand up and stop this violence before it consumes a great city like Los Angeles, then there's no telling where this could spread.
I agree, and I agree that this, this is absolutely orchestrated. A lot of it, or you get people hyped up. You get a bunch of other people around somebody, and it is hyped up. Show you the crazy stuff going on right now, all at one time.
Orange and Atlantic, yes, thank you, Orange and Atlantic. Pero, you want
It's
a
a lot to
monster?
take in when you're looking at this view right here.
Yeah, for really, yeah. It's already 7.
There's people everywhere.
Thank you, though.
But it's absolutely orchestrated. Some of it, and you got too much people. You got too many. They got signs. There's videos of people pulling up with pre-made signs and vans, and I seen one. It came all from DC. What their goal is to this. I don't know. I don't know what their appreciate your mission control. I'll check it out. Yeah, it's just the wild times that was. We got, and you kind of wondered what to believe right now. You got politicians coming on saying, telling us who's actually sponsoring this stuff. The No Kings is on the No Kings part. You can look it up on that part.
That's funny. Politicians telling us like we're actually going to all believe.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, but come on.
I agree. I just want to say this: what is about to happen for them to want this big a cover? It scares me. That's my concern. Is what is about to get? What is this going to be a cover of? You're going to have riots I keep hitting these springs on this thing. You're going to have riots, all over the nation. If it gets wild and hairy enough, they could declare martial law and lock us down. I mean, I pray we don't, but it's a good possibility right there, and especially this weekend. And then you got wild, crazy stuff, people all around, on all sides.
It makes me wonder sometimes with these places and how they get the places that are destroyed. I mean, how they get picked. It looks like it's just a riot or a crowd or whatever, but it makes me wonder if there's someone that owns the place or someone that funds the place. Are they going there to like destroy files of some kind?
Or it could, it could be,
Documents.
it could be, somebody that's donated hard, and hey, maybe they want that insurance claim. Maybe they want that insurance money off this. Hey, y'all, well, we had a natural thing. We can get extra money off. I mean, it's a very good possibility of them using using the um, using this opportunity to, I mean, because they, people done it for forever, taking opportunities to, burn businesses or whatever to, hey, if the business is not doing very well, and especially out there, a lot of them aren't. They're all moving out. They're in L.A. and San Francisco and all that. They're evacuating. Especially in California. They they're talking the next time they have a census, they're going to lose. They're going to lose some. Uh, Senate. They're going to lose some senators and stuff because they don't have the population they had. Because there's a lot of most people are leaving it. It's expensive as hell, and crime as hell. Hey, but it's got beautiful weather though. It's a beautiful weather place. But a lot of people don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, even out here in Michigan, there's been a lot of just across the parts of the different parts of the state. I heard a lot of pharmacies are closing down because they can't afford it, and or they have people go in there and just steal stuff,
Hmm.
and it's not enough for they just can't keep up with the money. They can't keep up with the losses.
Yeah, they don't want them to
There's
stop them.
yeah,
Um, I know I went to, I've gone in the stores here in Memphis, and I mean, they got everything locked down. Everything's on chains or got tags on it where it'll go off at the door. But hell, by the time it gets to the door, they're gone. Ain't nobody stopping them. So,
yeah.
but a lot of they're all like glass doors now where you can't. You had to get somebody to come help you and get it out, and um, it's just sad. It's sad at that point. Um, Thankfully, where I actually live, is we're nothing like that. You can actually you don't have to worry about going up there and getting somebody to come get a key to give you a damn you know jug of laundry soap or something because it's. Um, but yeah, a lot of Walgreens and stuff. A lot of the Walgreens, a lot of those, they're pulling out. A lot of the major stores are pulling out. They're trying to do in California right now. The Newsom's trying to put a thing in to make them stay, even though they're losing, even though they're not making a profit. He's trying to get measures done so legally they have to stay in the state no matter what, which is
That's not good
yeah,
either. Because if you can't afford it, okay, bankruptcy. There you go. But
yeah,
that's yeah, I don't like that.
exactly. I mean, I guess the big, huge monster companies, they're just closing certain ones, but
True.
uh, and pulling out, but they're trying to stop them, But it's like, yeah, if you can't afford it and you're going broke, you're going to lose your house and everything. How you got to do what you got to do. And but they're trying to make people keep on keep on losing money no matter what. Like there's grocery store, I know there was one grocery store that they was closing because they're like, look, we can't keep up, can't afford it. Our our loss over profit is it's too much. The bad thing is like if they're losing a lot of money, then they're gonna have to raise up on prices, and then hell, when you raise prices, nobody wants to buy nothing because it's high as hell,
Yeah.
and then makes people want to steal more because hey, I can't afford it, so damn it, I'll get it. Um, I know had to wrestle a few shoplifters back when I was worked for Kroger back when I was a kid. I didn't like to.
Yeah.
If they made it out the door, they were gone. In my book, the Ricky Pike book, it was if they made it out the door, they were good. But if I could stop them before they got out the door, they were mine. But um, because because I didn't know what they had. They might have 14 cousins sitting out there, or brothers and sisters, or
Oh yeah.
whatever. I'm not getting jumped over some BS. Um, but yeah, we had one guy. He had put a backpack on his chest, and he put beer and Sudafed in there and something else. It was some BS. and he made it to the door, but me and the manager, we tackled him. He went high, I went low. I got his legs. We held him down. Police showed up and made him cry. Started twisting his arm behind his back and stuff, and hell, 3 days later he showed back up. And dude was all cussing me out. He's like, "Y'all can't be harassing me. Y'all can't be harassing me." I was like, "Look, man, I was a manager and stuff." I was like, "Look, man," I was like, "You were just here 3 days ago stealing." I was like, "We got to be out. We have to watch you. There's nothing we can do about it. Like
Yeah.
we have to." I said, "Go across the street and go steal from Walmart. Go to there."
Yeah.
And so he went. He went out the door and went right across the street, went towards Walmart. Little, I said, "Y'all go over there, leave me alone. I don't have to deal with you."
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
that's wild because I mean, I'm glad that everything worked out overall because if they had a knife or a gun or whatever, you know,
oh
it,
yeah. I mean, and the bad thing is now that I look at it back on it because I seen uh it asked the JB asked the question, did they let me drink the beer afterwards? I'm like, no, I mean, if I had hurt the guy, actually, I was on my own. When I found out later, like if me and him got into a fight and like I hurt the guy, Kroger didn't have my back. They weren't going to protect me,
right.
and so as when I found that out, that's when I sure enough I cut. I was like, I ain't stopping nobody. I was
Yeah.
like, if you ain't gonna take care of me when I'm trying to take care of you, then there's no point in me taking care of you.
Yep. Yeah. I've said this before. I don't know. I've noticed that like the big name stores, whenever I go in there, the employees are mostly just they don't want to be there. They don't want to be dealing with anything.
Mm-mm.
They're understaffed and overworked and and it's just I've noticed that with like all the big name stores just about that I've been to. Um, the only store that wasn't like that was a family owned store in my area, and everyone there was basically okay. You know,
Yeah, 'cause I
they
mean they don't want to cut. They're trying to cut money and cut costs, and
yeah
that's why you go in there on a Sunday afternoon and you got one register open or something like that, and you got to wait forever, or
yeah
I remember we right at the end. I remember when they first started putting them self checkouts, and and like guy come in raising hell. I don't want to use that. I'm like, man, it's because I worked overnight. I was like, look, man, it's we don't have that much business. I was like, I can put one person here and take care of 6 people at the same time. Or I was like, we don't have the business to have 6 registers open in the middle of the night because we don't have that kind of business. And he just all kind of boo hooed and cried and left. But I'm gonna call the manager. Well, we call the manager. I don't care. You
yeah
do what you gotta do. Manager didn't care. Well, he didn't. He just like, he's like, damn it, Ricky, I'm gonna have to give a guy a free steak. And he just kind of smiled at me, and which I was like, at the time, I was like 19 years old or something like that. I was like doing the best I could.
yeah yeah. I've noticed even on weekdays, like if you go in the middle of the day, early morning, mid morning, some stores they have like one register, and I don't blame them for that, because like we were talking about there. But what's really funny is I needed to use the customer service desk to put some money on a debit card that I use. That's not tied to my bank account, so it can't be overdrawn. And the service desk was closed. I thought, oh, okay, no worries. I'll just go to the. I guess I'll do it at the regular checkout lane. And I go to the checkout lane, and there's like 2 open, and they're just packed. And I get up there, and they have to call the cashier has to call someone else from the management or whatever to come to show them how to take the money, and put it on the card. And I mentioned to them, sorry about doing this here, but the customer service desk was closed, so I couldn't do it there. And the guy behind me said, "Oh yeah, same thing for me." So as I was leaving the store, they had the customer service desk open again. It
Of
was like,
course.
oh, I felt bad for them, but also it's just hilarious. It's like, wow, you know, If they had any way of doing that, they could have saved some time by just having that open. You know,
Hmm.
but oh well.
I mean, I understand why they don't. I mean, it's
Yeah.
especially now because no stores are open 24 hours, so you
No.
should be able to do it now.
Yep. Yeah, I think all the
Make
stores
sure.
by me open at like 8 and close at like 10 or something like that. Something around there.
What am I using? Mike just asked a question. What am I using? I forget what it is. I'm using Riverside. I forget
Does it
how.
sound okay or?
They say I was popping a little bit. It might. I don't know. Make sure things are plugged in good. So I just got the.
That's weird. I'm not hearing the popping, but
Mm,
okay.
they might have heard the when I hit this stupid spring over here earlier. But I don't know. 'Cause I can actually use the controls on my mic now because I get these headphones.
Ah, okay.
So that's the feedback in my ear. All right. How about? I don't know.
Lately, I've been hitting my table with my free hand
Oh.
as I'm sitting here doing my shows. I've been bumping my table into the bumping my hand into the table and making a big thump. It's like, sorry, that was me. No ghosts, just me.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, he said that I'm louder than you are. I think that's been normal lately. I'm always been
And
louder than everybody.
I just heard one pop, but that was the first one I've heard. So
Yeah, I just grabbed the.
otherwise, it's fine.
Okay. Hmm. We'll play with it. Like I said, I got new stuff, and Sweet says blame Logan. There you go.
That's yep. That's a good option. Good plan.
Blame the kitty. Blame the kitty. Um, Mission Control sent me an email and got me some cool information on that No Kings. Christy Walton, Wharton, Walton is the one that actually paid for the full page advertisements for the new uh, in the New York Times promoting the No Kings protests, which there's some speculation of that because they're kind of butthurt because Trump told them to kind of eat the tariffs. They hated he made a bunch of money. You made a bunch of money off of last year, so you should be good. Tear price up a little bit. Y'all just need to eat it. And
Mm.
I think that hurt their feelings a little bit. They don't want to be eating. They don't want to be eating nothing.
I
They
saw an
like their
ad for
big.
that No Kings thing on Facebook today. Actually, I didn't look into it much, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's everywhere apparently.
it is. Let me pull that up and show everybody. Like I said, it's. Um, I do want everybody to be. Want everybody to be safe.
Yeah. Also, hello,
Good.
hello everyone in the chat. I'm here. I'm just I can't read chat right now, but I'm here. So, but yeah, hello everyone.
Hmm. Figured out this popping thing, but yeah, here's the. This is the website right here. Um, if you want to host an event, here's the host toolkit. But yeah, as you see on the map, um, it's a lot. Um, Lots of little protests. Like here's the South. Look at the North. Holy
Early
hell!
Michigan.
Yeah, let's check out. Yeah, let's check out Michigan for James. Yeah, all quite a few.
Right over in there, that southeast corner, they got a bunch right there, which is right where I'm at. Oh, generally speaking, anyway.
Yeah, um, and the big one, and of course, then there's like the Red Stars. I think is the big rally. So they're gonna have one at Daily Plaza, in Chicago, which is famous for Blues Brothers. That's where they went in the Blues Brothers movie. If anybody knows what I'm talking about. Philadelphia, uh, Atlanta, of course. Of course, you're gonna have to have one in Atlanta. We got right here. This must be Charlotte, North Carolina. It's for the Houston. They better not mess around with Texas now, because Texas ain't. It's not going to play too well.
Yeah.
Phoenix, Arizona. I think I showed that. That's the Chi-Town. So that's all the big ones. This site is garbage. There we go. Oops.
Saving all their money for the events, not for the website.
I guess so. But it's showing like events down here in Mexico and stuff. Like what in the world? Like what are you? No Tyrants, Mexico City. And got some up in Maine. But yeah, there's going to be lots of events. So for my friends around the Mid-South area, for my local friends, here we are. We got West Memphis. We got Memphis. Bolivar, for whatever reason. It's a small little town that used to have an insane asylum. That place right there is haunted as hell, James. That insane asylum. It's as back in the day, like it was from the 1800s where they were like torturing people and stuff. So it's showing up
It
full
seems like
energy.
most asylums, mental hospitals do end up getting haunted. It doesn't seem like there's any major exceptions to that I know of. That as far as ones that have closed down.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much negative energy, especially like if for the ones like back in the day, they were so mean and tortured them people. Down in Hernando for the local area, for my local friends, Oxford, Mississippi, Tupelo.
Even up until the late 1900s, 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, some places still were not good at all.
Yeah, I see Don question. Why is there some in British Connect? What? There we go. I don't know why there's some.
Oh, in Canada?
Yeah, there's one up in here in Canada.
Huh.
In Ottawa, No Tyrants. They call it something different when you get across.
Right.
That one's Michigan. I was seeing a thing talking about it a while back. There's actually there's lots of Canadian cities that are lower across the map than there. We got a bunch of cities, United States are higher in the map than the Canadian.
Yeah.
You get up in North Dakota, up in here, and everything, and this is where most of the population is in Canada, is right through here. So, but yeah, I'm kind of curious too why they actually have that. That's Minnesota, up in Minnesota, up in there. So, so check it out, nokings.org. If check out, make sure it's all Saturday. I'm not going to one. We actually having a grappling tournament that day. My gym does, so I got a bunch of people competing, so I'll be dealing with that. I won't be dealing with no protests.
Yeah. Yep.
Let me play this video here. Oops, forgot to hit the button. Looks like I forget what to do sometimes.
Was it all a part of the script? Watch what he picks up off the ground. All across the ground.
What to do?
Feel free to pause it. Feel free to pause. And then on top of that, someone filmed.
You will. You said pause it, we'll pause it. You know, telling everybody to turn off your phone. That way, you know, you hide your identity, prepare for tear gas. Uh, I mean, it's if you got flyers out for this stuff, and
Feel free to pause. And then on top of that, someone filmed a couple pallets of cinder blocks right in front of the ICE facility gate. And apparently the delivery date on these were a day before the protests kicked off. But I want to know, do you guys think this is all just a coincidence?
nah, there are no coinkydinks.
Yeah, not these days.
No, everything there's reasoning for it.
Especially when you have so many people in power that have just all kinds of money, they can arrange for things to be delivered and shipped and all that whenever they want to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, it's a bunch of spots like that all over the place where you've seen there's pallets, you know, and you always see it at every big protest or whatever. Um, quotation marks. You know, you're
Yeah.
you see it every time. You see there's all of a sudden you get this, you got bricks and you know, stuff there people can use. You know, and it's just like I keep hitting this stupid spring.
It's the opposite of if you want a protest, an actual protest, a peaceful gathering, you don't want to have objects there that can increase the amount of damage you can do. I mean,
Absolutely.
if anyone in the area, like the people in charge, didn't want anything to happen, then they wouldn't put stuff like that there. They wouldn't allow that stuff to be there. I would think. I mean, but obviously they're there.
Yeah, it's they want chaos. Absolutely want chaos. It's good for business for them. It seems like.
Yeah.
You know, they don't. The powers that be don't care about, you know, who they hurt or anything like that. They're not worried about, you know, anything like that. They're only worried about their little agenda or keeping their power.
Yep. Pushing their narrative of how things are supposedly.
Yeah, Dave in the chat. What's up, Dave? Yeah, Dave wasn't able to come on tonight, but he's in the chat. And then Jamie and Whitney, I'm jealous because they're out there kayaking under the full moon. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, me and him had talked about it. I'm like, that'd be a cool thing to do. Then we realized the full moon was on a Wednesday, so like, oopsie. I won't be able to do it this time.
Yeah.
I think August has a full moon on a Saturday, so I'm looking. Maybe I'll do it then. It'd be cool to get out there in a kayak and ride up there. To watch out for snakes.
Right.
So I looked over here. What was I doing?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think you mentioned.
No, I did. And I looked over at the chat and I seen Dave pop up. And but seen this video that was on 60 Minutes. Maybe more questions.
We create a pretend world. We are a global production company. We write the screenplay. We're the directors. We're the producers. We're the main actors. The world is our stage.
This is Mossad's old office. Its motto from Proverbs 24:6 says in so many words, wage war through deception and trickery.
They wouldn't do a thing like that. Never. And again, I was talking on algorithms live the other day, and I was like, man, it's people. I think that's what making that pop sound. Here we go. You got people, want to look at a group of people and look negative, but it's truly just it's the governments and the big dogs, are the ones that are pulling the strings, are the ones that are causing so much hatred between each other. You see, most people get along, no matter race or creed or But if you got people pushing certain narrative and pushing people to a certain point. I seen this video right here. Not that I believe everything Billy Carson got to say, but interesting video no matter what.
8 billion people are being controlled by 100 families. Who are these families? These are the elite oligarchs that control the planet. They literally run us. They tell us what to do, hear, see, smell, taste, touch, feel, where we can go, where we can't go. They're running us. Governments are put in place to work for the people, but they got it flipped and they got us working for them. Right. And telling us what they're going to do to us if we don't listen to them. That's the opposite of what it's supposed to be. The reason why the world it is today, why we have this boot on our neck, is because of us. We're the problem. They're sharks. A shark smells blood, a shark attacks. Right. A shark is going to be a shark. How come we as 8 billion people haven't stopped falling for these divide and conquer tactics and stopped fighting each other over the scraps and realize who the real enemy is? While we're fighting each other, they're just cutting up the pie and laughing at us. Left wing, right wing, all the same bird. There's no such thing as a Democrat or Republican. The only thing that does exist, like I say, is a group of elite oligarchs that torture men, women, and children worldwide. That exists. Democrat, Republican doesn't exist.
We've set out to overthrow functioning constitutional democracies in over 20 countries. We manipulated elections in dozens of countries. We created standing armies and directed them to fight. We went after to organize ethnic minorities to encourage them to revolt. The first thing we did in Nicaragua was to go to the Mosquito Indians, who had never gotten along with the other people in Nicaragua very well, and give them more money than they had seen in the entirety of history, and arms and training and rationales and sanctuaries in Honduras, and sent them into Nicaragua to attack, kill, fight, rape, burn, pillage. And this has been a technique the CIA has used in Nicaragua, in Thailand, in Vietnam, in Laos, in the Congo, in Iran, Iraq with the Kurds, in different parts of the world. We created, trained, and funded death squads like the Treasury Police in El Salvador. And we've assassinated world leaders, including the United States president in 1963. And I'll get to that in more detail in just a moment. You can never be sure how many people are killed in the jungles of Laos or the hills of Nicaragua, but adding them up as best we can, we come up with a figure of 6 million people killed, minimum figure. It has to be more than that. These things are all done in countries of the third world where the governments don't have the power to force the United States to stop destabilizing the country and brutalizing their people.
Yeah, I agree with I always say I have hope, and I always have a little bit of hope in the background of my head, but I do believe left wing and right wing same bird, absolutely. And we've been declassified. Talk about all of South America. The CIA went through there and wreaked havoc, and overseas, the Arab Spring was all CIA. All that you're looking at, and now that you got over here going on right now with Iran and Israel, and like I was saying earlier, they're pulling troops, families out of over there. Uh, Shit might get sideways real quick by the end of the month. Probably not even that, but it might get real fast.
Yeah, I think even going back to that part with Carson talking about how the people in general kind of how he kind of implied that they allow it, and I've always had a hard time with that because it's yes to be if we had every single person out there, or even half of them or more, um, sort of get together and figure out what to do about these things, that'd be great. But that's not allowed. That's not permitted. That's not. There's no easy way to do that, and the people in power have made sure of that. So I always have a hard time with other platforms out there um, that try to say, well, everything that's happening is everyone's fault. No, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, it's just a minority of people. I mean, it always is. I mean, and especially with social media and stuff like that, the minority gets, not just. I ain't talking race. I'm talking the minority of a mindset. You
Yeah,
know, but with social media, it gets that minority mindset of certain things actually gets promoted and pushed out really big because of social media and they can reach out to more people. But um, it's so truly there's so few people that actually in this process and think how a lot of these people are, and it's uh, I don't know, it's with the whole immigration stuff and everything, it's just a bad, you know, if you go, you say, hey, there's no in between area. You're always you have to be part of the social media cool clubs. You got to be all the way for it or all the way against it.
right.
And I'm looking like, I want, I'm for, you know, if they're getting, the people that are doing heinous crimes and done heinous crimes, like, we've had the problem down here around Memphis and stuff. Like, they just release people with ease. They come in and there's like a revolving door and how they shoot right back out. Um, I know it's been like that for a long, long time. You can have even people I know got shot at. Ain't nothing happened to them. Get arrested, and then that was it. You know, they got let
Mm.
back loose. It's people like that. All the way around. Like we don't. If you want to cause that much kind of heinous, you're messing with children. That's
Yeah,
number one in my book. If you're messing with children, you're messing over here, raping, murdering, you're bringing in hellacious, terrible stuff in the country, then you need to go. Like,
yeah,
why do certain people want to, you know? Um, but and on their side, it's like I believe in balance. I really do. But if you want to be turn around and have, hardworking families, hardworking people, yeah, and they need to have an opportunity to be able to stay and stuff like that. But if they're doing heinous crimes and part of gangs and all that stuff, hell, they need to go. They need and people need to get out of the way. Let them people get gone.
yeah. Well, that's the thing now. It's that whole um, this or that, and there's not supposed to be any in between. And it's at that we have to do this one thing to fix everything. No, that's not going to work. We have to figure out multiple things to do, multiple ways of doing things, and go from there.
Oh, absolutely. It's no like one. Absolutely, it's not like one answer. We do this right here, and boom, it's all
Yeah.
everything is magically, um, Mary Poppins fixed. It's not going to happen that way.
No.
Um, it's a deep rooted situation, um, is a a very hard situation. But when we got heinous stuff going on, people trying to kill people, and I'm surprised that I'm really surprised ain't none of the police hadn't like shot the doggone hell out of somebody. They had there's videos of them caught on these bridges where they're throwing bricks at them and stuff, trying to freaking kill them. There's some taking gunshots and stuff. I'm like, you know, I mean, I understand, they if it does happen, it might turn into a bigger situation. But man, they got to protect their damn lives.
Yeah.
Um, and a bunch of grown folks acting like children, throwing a tantrum, tearing shit up just because they can right now. And that's not a that's not a way to get people to go. Oh, wait a minute, we're gonna tear the whole damn city apart. We're gonna burn all this stuff up, tear all these stores up, cause hundreds of $1 billion worth of damage or more, probably billions of dollars worth of damage when once it's all said and done. That's not how you get somebody to go, oh, wait a minute, we might not need to do this situation. No, that's just all that's going to make them do is double down on it.
Yeah. It's gonna make more. It's gonna go from that group of people there that are mad to making other people mad for different
Hmm.
reasons. That's
And it's going to push more and more. I don't know. You hear a lot of people talk, and I've been listening too much. I haven't like I said at the beginning, I haven't really felt too good, so I was just kind of listening to stuff today, and um, probably listened to too much today. But you got um, you know you, it you're gonna all it is. You got a lot of Hispanic people, and you got a lot of and they're condoning these actions. You got more and more people actually getting pushed over, more center, more right, because they're going away from extremists. And I'm curious how, if they keep continuing doing that, like what the world situation is going to be on that too. If there's a more push. Um, like I said, I always believe there should be a balance to everything, and you got to have, you got to be able to look at both sides. You need to be able to have a good budget, be able to do that, and not spend as much money like we normal damn people and government wise. And you should be able to help people at the same time too. People need help. You need to be able to help them. But getting the people that are taking advantage of system is off of it. Losing what a lot of people don't want to look at. And, um, but it's wild to see all the crazy. Let me put it while we're talking. Holy hell!
It makes me think too. Like, I would love for there to just, you know, for the political party system, for the parties themselves to just be completely dismantled. Not saying people can't be, you know, supportive of either idea or whatever, but just get rid of the whole, just fire everyone, get rid of everyone, and just start electing people that actually have ideas about how to fix things, and
Yeah,
but
I
make
mean,
sure they can't get paid by major corporations or individuals that have billions to steer them
hmm
certain ways. I mean, I love that, but I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I hope it does in a way,
yeah, for sure, absolutely.
without without any kind of crazy backlash from people, and in a negative physical way. I don't want that either. But it just, to me, that's the only way I can think of that might make things work out.
I've put it on there a bunch of times before. It's like you need to. I said they should have patches. They should have jackets on with patches showing who
Yeah.
sponsored them and who is paying their bills and everything, so you understand why. Or why did they vote this way? Oh, that this industry is putting money in their pocket. and paying their bills. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, now you understand.
Yeah.
Um, I agree. If we could do away this the two party system, I mean, we technically don't have just a two party system. We got
Yeah.
independent and we got libertarian, and all that, but they don't let us. You're not going to see that on the presidential. They won't even let on the debate no more. Not since Ross Perot. Um, when Ross Perot got on there and was just actually showing up Bush and Clinton both, making them both look like a fool. And ever since then, and I remember that when I was a kid. And ever since then, there has not been a third party when the presidential debate. There has not been a third party up there, and that's some bullshit. We should be able to say, there's been some very good independent candidates. There's some very good libertarian candidates that's come down the lane. Do they have a chance in hell? No, because most people didn't even know they were there.
Yeah.
Because you don't get they get 3 seconds of news media coverage, and you get no kind of debate coverage. You get no kind of anything else. It's like, come on, it should you should be able to see all the options. There should be more options to be able to say. And really, it not that it'll ever happen, but I kind of would use this do away with the party system and say, hey, I like this person right here, and I want him to be in the position I want him to be in. It don't matter if he's a Democrat, Republican. It don't matter. Um, and go down the line and vote for who you want to be in there, not because I got to vote Democrat, so I go down this left line right here
Yeah.
and check 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 check. You don't even know who the fuck they are or what they feel or what their policies are pushing, but because you've been for the last 40 years you voted Democrat, and that's what you go down and check, and I think that's part of the issues with our system and people we have right now is because a lot of people don't look into it. They look at how I'm supposed to be on this side because uh, and they might lean towards this way that I kind of like, and that's it. And they don't, and they truly, and a lot of times they don't really truly don't. You look back into their history, it's proven that they don't really believe what they actually are saying at that moment because there's too much footage of them saying opposite things. But because most people nowadays are TikTok brained, as they say, and got a 5 second memory and look at, oh, okay, he said this right now. Okay, that's what I believe. He's going to be like that. And it need to be able to a more informed public, a more informed. And it's sad because we have computers in our hands every day.
Yeah.
I mean, my phone I have now. Uh, you know, when you think about like when I started first messing with computers, I think about it sometimes every once in a blue moon. Or you watch you ever watch that movie Hackers?
No, unfortunately.
Angelina Jolie, and I love that movie because it makes me laugh because it makes me really laugh because of the stats and stuff. They're talking about the dial-up modem and what it has in there. Like it's got a
Yeah.
28K modem and it's got 64K colors and all this all amazing. And it's just I'm just laughing at it because it's you know it's so far behind, but um, you know the phone we carry around is I think what 50 times more powerful or more than that than what the computers they put the supposedly put. There's which side of the conspiracy side you want to be on to put the man on the moon.
Yeah.
Um, so it's we have the technology. You can actually you take the time to look stuff up and actually be able to be informed public, but nobody wants to be an informed public. It's our educational system. It's just failed us.
Yeah.
Um,
And the media and sound bites and what sounds good. It
hmm
makes me
The,
think
the
too.
media has
It'd be
failed us.
yeah.
Absolutely.
It'd be amazing if we could instead of asking people what are you going to do when you get this position or whatever, go more based on so what have you done before? What experience do you have? And whatever you're going into, what kind of education do you have in that field? You know, not these things of, well, what are you going to do when you get there? Well, that can change. Even if someone does plan on doing half of the stuff they say when they're trying to get elected or whatever, voted in, things can happen beyond that person's control that may change what they've said. And that's not even counting lying or whatever, or just making empty promises.
Yeah.
So make it about, what their background is, what they've accomplished in that field, and go from there. You know, instead of the other way around.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there is situations, and and I really think I think some of the people I have, like I said, I got that piece of hope, but I think like a lot of times, like when they come in there and they say all these kind of promises, like like when Obama promised all kinds of stuff, and then he really didn't follow through with none of it. But I th- I think once you get in there, then the powers that be get to say, okay, this is what really going to happen. This is really what we're going to control. This is who, you know, um, because you got the lobbyists, you got all these lobbyists coming at you everywhere, which way, and you got to take care of the people that got you in where you're at,
Yep.
or you won't be there long. One way or another, you won't be there long. Matters how big and powerful they are. And yeah, they you could have good thoughts and like, man, I want to do this. Is it truly, they could be on their heart that they want to do this for the people, and turn around and wants to get in there and like, no, we can't do that because you know, well, you would mess up these donors here. You would cost them $500 million. So you can't do that, and you can't do this. It's um, I always go back to I watched the movie Distinguished Gentleman. I swear, and y'all have heard me say it a bunch of times. Is they show us the truth in movies of what's really going on, and I really believe that. Maybe it's that evil Satan stuff where to clear their conscience, they have to show us stuff and
Hmm.
be honest in a way. But if you watch Distinguished Gentleman, it absolutely shows you what's going on, and it shows you what's going on in Congress. And there's this one line that it's always stuck with me for as long as for years since I've seen the movie. And he was the guy was asking Eddie Murphy, and he was like, what do you want to vote on this project right here? And he was like, I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? And he's like, I don't care. He's like, I got money from this side. If you want to go this way, I got money from this side. You want to go this way? And then he picked one. He's okay. And then he turned around and he did it again. He's like, what about this right here? And he's like, well, he said, what do you think? And he said, well, again, he's like, I don't care. And then he asked him, Eddie Murphy asked him the big question. He was like, how does anything ever get done with so much money coming in from both sides? And made that comment. He said, "It don't. That's the beauty of the system." And I believe it.
Yeah.
I've seen government projects. I've seen on a small frame of just waste and bloat, and um, from where I worked before, and just looking from the outside. You see it all the time too. Just working. It is. I mean, you got we it's so much money come from both sides, and it's really the system is rigged to way they want it to run so they can make money. And that's how people making base salaries of 150 to $200,000 a year are worth multi-million dollars in just a few years every time.
And yet they're just regular, common, everyday people, just like everyone else, and they have their struggles, and they're barely making it. Cracks me up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I'm Yeah. Whoopi Goldberg said that crap on the View the other day. I laughed so damn hard. Like, yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm right there with you. I struggled right there. I'm like, you make $5 million a year, or where the hell it is. I think it's like $5 million a year for being on the View. you're not struggling like the damn person down the street that's making $12,000 a year and trying to take care of
Yeah.
2 kids uh and with all that,
Yeah.
why even say that bullshit?
I don't
I
know.
mean, I mean, I understand what it is. It's just absolute delusion. You know,
Yeah.
well, I got to struggle too. I got to get up and go to work. Yeah, you got to get up and go to work, but you are not struggling like any average ass person on the street. They're worried about, hey, am I going to be able to feed my kids today? Or I'm going to have to push my light bill back another week so I can get food this week. You're not worried about that shit. You go over there and you got your damn maids come clean your fucking house, and you got to turn around and and probably go do your grocery shopping for you. You don't
Yeah.
do none of that shit. I know I wouldn't
No.
if I made $5 million a year. I wouldn't either. Hell,
Oh, I'm living on. I'm below poverty level myself, but I'm getting groceries delivered now because of my situation. But it's just if I'm doing that myself in my situation, that's yeah, for sure. I would if I was had billions or whatever. There's no way I'd be going to the stores or what. No, that
yeah,
stuff would all be delivered.
yeah. If you the ones you want to go to, but the ones you like, yeah, I want to go to the damn grocery store and deal with all them damn
Yeah.
people. I want to go to the mall and walk around, or if we have any of those damn left. But uh, all them indoor malls are going away, and it's sad to
Yeah.
see. We had
It
one here in
is.
Memphis. They're about to tear it down. Um, I remember when they opened up, it was beautiful. Um, they had a marble fountain, and they had a marble ball in it, and it was shit. What was that thing, like 8 foot across? And that marble ball would turn with the water pressure, whatever. It was cool as hell. Like I remember when they first opened when I was a kid, and we had another mall, had a beautiful carousel in the middle of it, and all that shit's going away. Like uh,
Yeah.
all the indoor malls are going away. I know some of them are going to the point of like they're doing mixed housing where they actually building apartments in them and trying to rehab some of it, but you know like nobody's going to them because there's so much crime and danger. And I know we had a we had the mall of Memphis when I was a kid, and it got the nickname of the mall of murder because like people were getting killed. There's one person they had which was cool for that mall. They actually had an ice rink on the bottom floor, and so you could actually look up on the second floor. You could actually, like, if you're walking around the mall, you could actually look down and see people ice skating and stuff. It was cool and everything. Well, somebody got into a fight and somebody got launched over the top of that thing and from the dropped from the second floor to the first floor on top of that ice and
Oh.
got killed. And it was like, oh, and that was the beginning of the end. Like, dude, we ain't gonna come over here all the way over here and potentially get killed. And uh, there's no point. We can go to this other new mall over here. It's brand new and it's probably nice and pretty. And it's sad to see all the all the stuff like the businesses and stuff are just steadily just pouring and going away. And a few more years on, and we might all we have is damn Amazon and drones delivering our damn packages and shit.
Yeah. And there's one by me that's also, I think it's either already closed down or it's going to close down real soon. But yeah, it's the internet thing definitely has changed a lot too. There's a lot of good. I mean, in part for people that can't physically get out, that's great. But you
Hmm.
know, the other side of that is, of course, it's more convenient to get things delivered. But so what are we looking at here on the screen there, Ricky?
Oh, this is a mirage of different protests. Let's see, you got Vegas, you got L.A., Santa Ana, L.A., bunch of L.A., another Las Vegas,
Hmm.
San Antonio, Texas. There's a couple screens on it. Seattle, Washington is the one in the center. Inglewood, Eugene, Oregon, and San Antonio, another San Antonio, Texas. So it's just a mixture of different streams. I guess I'll shout Amuse X. The one is putting on the stream on X. So if you want to see them, get on there. They've been last couple of days. They've been doing really well, having a full stream of different as they're live and showing all of them at the same time. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, want to see a whole bunch of streams, there's a whole lot of stuff. I was like, I just put it up there while we were talking. It'd be, people could see stuff in the same time while we talked. It's wild to see all the different, things, and it's going to be this weekend is going to be, like I said, we're going to watch our asses this weekend, because that's losing the weekends when it kind of turns up a little bit, and of course, like we talked about already, the No Kings protests all over the nation.
Yeah.
Like I say, I won't see none of my friends hurt.
Yeah.
Y'all. It's almost to the point like, hey, if you don't have to go out, you don't have to get out, don't get out, kind of thing. It's especially certain areas. And it's bad to think about that. Like, wait, like, man, I gotta live in fear. I can't leave my house. I don't want to do this. It's like, I wouldn't want nobody. I don't want people to think about it that way and live like that. But be cautious where you go. I wouldn't go to the heart of no major city right now, unless you had to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good thing that they're doing, though, putting that stream up there like that. That's a
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oops, I got rid of it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They got that stream on there, like I said. Of course, Alex Jones is live right now. We could watch Alex Jones. He could yell at us.
He's very good at yelling, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's good at yelling. Mr. Willie, what is his channel? I forget. He's not on here right now. I hadn't seen him pop up, but he's talking. I was listening to his live feed. He does a lot of music. He just plays music and hangs out. And got a lot of people, cool group and everything. And I popped him in there, and he commented on it. He's like, yeah, everybody. I see. He said, Ricky's not Alex Jones. He said, even when Ricky's thinks he's yelling, he's still calm.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, I understand why he does it, and he just, he's just
like
hyper.
that.
He's
Yeah.
He's just kind of hyper. He's a hell, he's just hyper, really. But and also that's what's got him the attention he's had over the years. Just getting that extreme of and yelling and the scary thing is, like, hell, he's 60% right though, at least, if not more. Is the bad part, but he says it in a way that it pushes a lot of people away. They're like, man, I can't listen to this. And he's yelling about gay frogs and all this kind of stuff.
I can't take the yelling. Yeah, the constant yelling. I'm just, it doesn't matter what the person is saying. If they're just yelling most of the time, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I physically can't do it.
There's a balance to it. You got to be balanced. Oh yeah, I was going to show this right here. All right, and for YouTube, I don't care about Rumble. I ain't worried about it. YouTube, man, we are not doctors. We are not lawyers. As it says in the description, if you want professional opinions, go look somewhere else.
Entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, we are not professional opinions here.
I'm not even a regular on this show, so I definitely have no clout or anything here.
Yeah, no, professional bullshitter. That's what I am. But yeah,
I could argue in the developed countries, the big winners are countries that have shrinking populations. Okay, that's something that most people never talked about. We always used to think shrinking population is a cause for negative growth. But in my conversations with the leadership of these large developed countries that have xenophobic immigration policies. They don't allow anybody to come in. Shrinking unemployment, shrinking demographics. These countries will rapidly develop robotics and AI and technology. And if the promise, I didn't say it's going to happen, but if the promise of all that transforms productivity, which most of us think it will, we'll be able to elevate the standard of living of countries and the standard of living of individuals, even with shrinking populations. And so the paradigm of negative population growth is going to be changing. And the social problems that one will have in substituting humans for machines is going to be far easier in those countries that have declining populations. And so for those countries that have rising populations, the answer will be education, and so rapidly developing. For those countries that do not have a foundation of rule of law or education, they're going to be left. That's where the divide's going to get more and more extreme. And unfortunately,
Yeah, don't worry about it. We just have machines do everything for us.
Oh yeah.
We don't
no
need
problem.
people.
No.
Where do these delusional SOBs come from? They just, I don't understand why they have this hard on for, uh, this is a good idea. We need to do away with people. We need to do this. And we need to do that.
Well, and I always say, okay, who or what is making the robots or the machines? It's people. So you're going to have the machines are never going to be perfect as long as they're made by people. So you're going to have to deal with not only the possible issues that come from machine doing things. Not only that, then you have to. There's no easy way to talk to the person that made the machine and go, "Hey, this is messed up. Why is this happening?" Meanwhile, the machine is still doing whatever, unless you completely destroy it. If you can. It's ridiculous. Just keep people doing these things. At least most of the time, you can reason with them, and if you can't, then you can get enough people there to physically prevent them from doing something if you have to, But if you have those machines that are made of metal and all that, and have electricity running through them, and depending on what fields you're in, then that's not good either. So yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, machines going to break down. You got to have people.
Yeah.
Um, to work on them, you got to have people. There's going to be people. I mean, I understand. As we've gone through the last, 200 years, we'll say, more and more machines. You've gone to tractors and you've gone to, uh, industrial machinery and everything that's helped improve. But having this idea that we don't need it, we got too many people, we need to get rid of people.
Yeah.
I just, for what? I mean, now it's, we're seeing that. We've seen a great decline because more people has that mentality in their head, been drilled in their head. Well, I don't need to have kids, or they've drilled the mentality in their head like, well, I need to wait later in life to have kids. And then by the time they think it's time, then they can't because uh, they're having troubles. You know, because some people have more troubles as they get older to have kids. The body just don't want to.
Well, and
And
people too. I've heard now, people that are in that age range or whatever, to where they can, like, once they've gotten together with someone or they have a couple, they don't even want to because of the economic factors of all this. They
Mhm.
can't literally don't think they can afford it.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
there's that whole issue too. So even if they want to have kids, the whole system the way it is with the money and everything and people empowered making things as they are, people can't don't think they can have it even if they want to.
Hmm. It's a bad, it's crazy situation. Like it is, everything is so high right now. The inflation is so high. Everything costs triple than it used to. You know, back in the 50s, you could buy a house for a few $1,000s and buy cars for, $3,000. You can buy a house for, like 12, 15,000, 20. You know, you had one person working, and you turn around, like our grandparents would work, and their grandma stayed at home because she didn't need to work. Hell,
Right.
didn't need that extra income. But now it's like if you don't have two incomes, if not
Yeah.
three. Um, I mean, hell, for myself, I had to. I mean, I work. I do one income plus side work. So I mean, I'm trying to push two incomes basically for myself. It's like one of them things is for the people, and then they got kids and everything else, and it adds up quick, and you got to have like multiple incomes, and it's sad, absolutely sad. And so I mean, that is another factor that's putting into decline of how many people, are the birth rates and stuff like that. Uh, It's, but don't worry. Uncle Bill and all of them have a plan. They're just going to put AI. They're going to have, we're going to have robots do everything for us, and we won't have to do anything. We just sit back and chill, drink our sweet tea, and smile and wave from our front porch, and look like Governor Newsom here is as he watches L.A. burn in the background.
Hmm. That's not the best PR there, buddy. I don't know about
Yeah, yeah,
doing
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Was
saw
that a
that
meme
picture.
or
I had
was
to, I
that
had to save that one there. That's pretty good. Uh, Pretty good picture there. And about what's going on, and like they keep the same thing. Like we don't want to have nothing coming in. Nothing's going on, and um, the top five of her. Yeah, like I said, I got a bunch of crazy videos of all the crazy stuff going on right now. Yeah, you got KJP over here. She's writing a book telling all after she's been covering up Biden's being a vegetable.
It's amazing how you have to. The only way you can get a successful book these days, as far as hugely successful, is if you've been involved in some kind of government and you have a story to tell
Yeah,
about
yeah.
some of the weird
That's
stuff you've seen.
yeah. That's the ones that it's kind of you see that a lot. Or you can do, um, you know, it's funny how they when they go do interviews like Haas did on Joe Rogan. But you can look at my book. You can look at my book. It's in my book. Like you're on
Yeah.
TV. You're here in front of 50 million people. Bring your information. Like
Yeah.
that. That Joe would be crazy. I was just shaking my head. I finally turned it off. I was like, man, like he keeps saying the same shit. Like, is he my book, or is he my book, or he want him to come to his seminar thing, whatever, his talk. Well, come
Mm.
up here, come to the talk. You're here
Once.
freaking now. What?
Yeah.
I was like, that was horrible.
No, it is. It's.
I agree, Mr. Strange. Politics is the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I rather truly talk conspiracy theories of Bigfoot, and um, I'm and speaking of that, I'm loving them silly AI Bigfoot videos and stuff. The vlogs,
Yeah.
those things are hilarious to me. I laugh every time I see them. I love seeing them things. I don't know, they're just silly as hell. There was one the other day. He got a rabbit. It's like, this is my buddy, such and such, and he's turning around next to the clip come up. He's eating the damn thing. Poor rabbit. He was like, well, he didn't make it. Or they find some the one I seen today, they found some Four Locos, and they were drinking Four Locos, and uh and burnt down the house and stuff. It's so funny. Yeah, I love them Bigfoot AI videos. Those they have brought joy to my life right now.
Hey.
To kind of balance out the chaos and everything, because there's so much bullshit, so much negativity, and I was like today, I was like, man, I was like kind of sad in a way. I love doing the show, but it's like there's so much negativity. But you know, like here, Cash Patel's got Fauci's phone trying to see if he actually knew and all that. I think that's all crap. But the good part though is I do have lots of cool videos. I'm gonna play a few. Let's get some positive here since we're talking about it. I got lots of cool feel good and animal videos I can save in my little thing here, as y'all can see on the screen. But it's a cool neighbor right here.
Hi, Jay. Here's a little treat for you.
All right, on. You just make them, or
Just made them yesterday.
All right,
Just got them out of the smoker today.
Cool.
Yeah, my God, it's got a little cheese to it. Cook one up when you're watching football. That's my homemade.
Right now, I haven't eaten supper yet. I cleaned my entryway out. It was a disaster.
Yeah, if you haven't had supper, well, that'd be a treat for you. I just made them Sunday, and I've got them smoked today, and you're going to get some. I got some sticks over in the freezer for you, and some summer size too, buddy. Cook up a few of them for you and the boy, and have a nice meal. And I've got about 100 pounds in the car, so let me know when them are gone. I'll fix you some more. And I want to tell you thank you for being such a beautiful neighbor. God bless you.
A pretty cool neighbor there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And I wish I don't want that loud. We got pulled up though for a big. I wish I was that relaxed right now.
Look at that cat.
Got his own little bed. I'm trying to. I want music. I just want to pause it. Oh, yeah, it looks like a little wine glass and stuff here. They got all kind of stuff posted on it, but he's chilling.
If I had got a bed like that for Logan, she'd still sleep on my chairs.
Oh yeah. I got I have a little mini TV for mine. Every once in a while I see them in it, but lately they've been sleeping on the back of the toilet. That's.
Oh no.
I'll be half asleep, and all of a sudden they'll hit the damn toilet seat and knock the damn thing down in the middle of the night. Pow!
Logan's not allowed in the bathroom.
I was like, oh, I know where the cats are.
Yeah, she likes to make messes on the floor. So
look at these otters. Get ice. He's excited. He's probably hot. He's like, damn, I need to cool off.
Yeah.
And
You say that maybe you'll be thinking.
No music. I want music. I was trying to pause it right here. Come on now. I'm trying. I can't work a computer today. There he goes. Yeah, a little pause. It's hanging up there. Yeah, we didn't for sure. Meister, yes, year 2257. Yeah, I love them doing videos. Yeah, we need a little silliness, there's so much negativity going in the world and so much hatred and BS. I got lots of. What would you do, James? You're over here golfing and big crocodile just walking around.
I'd be out of there.
I wouldn't be as little calm as everybody is. They're like, you can tell it's Florida because they're just like no big deal. It's just a damn crocodile, alligator, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
No big deal.
No, thank you.
But it's a big old boy just walking along.
Yeah.
And this. This kid loves her owner.
I saw this one, I think.
Yeah, she's just. Now look at this little one.
Oh, listen to that purr.
Little bitty little kitty, little calico. I got a little mean calico out front of my house.
Oh no.
She's bipolar as hell. She went meow, just yelling at me. I heard her outside the door one day. I was like, open it up. She was just cussing me out wanting food. Um, and then she'll yell at me for a little minute and go, and then she'll go back to "Meow, meow, meow, meow." There's a little hiss, and then go back. I was like, are you? And I guess I'm silly and crazy too. I just talked to her. I'm like, are you bipolar? What the hell's wrong with you? Well, which one you want? You want to be nice or you want me to feed you?
I think it's a cat thing. Period. I swear, Logan will be. I told the story before to friends. There's this one time I was just petting her and she was all sprawled out, laying down, and I'm petting her stomach and her sides and everything, and it's just purring, just all kinds of purring, and all of a sudden she just wrapped around my arm, claws in, teeth in, and just dug in, and then let go, and then ran away. And I'm like, you were purring. I don't understand. you know, I thought we were fine, but okay, yeah, that's enough of you for a little while.
No,
But
yeah. It's a sweet video right here. Didn't think nothing about it. Like, here, I'm going to share. Share with little sissy. I guess one more. Mr. Duck here. I would like to be in that mindset right there. Just no cares.
Yeah.
Just slash around the water. I ain't never seen a duck lay like that, though.
No.
I've never seen a duck in my life lay like that. But he's just sitting there chilling out. Just doot to doot.
I didn't even know they could do that.
He's just hanging out. He you can tell he ain't trying to get up or nothing like that. He's not stuck. He's just playing in the water.
That's funny.
Yeah. I guess one more and we'll. Oh yeah. You want to do some puppy yoga? Yeah, turn that volume off. Music.
There was one cat video I saw the other day. It was really, really funny, but also scary. I should find it and send it to you.
Yeah,
But
that'd be
anyway.
cool. Yeah, puppy yoga would be. I don't know how much stretching and stuff you could do. Bunch of golden retriever puppies. Let's see if it'll pop up. My algorithm ought to be showing me a bunch of them. Another cat video. What's going on in there? Where are you going, buddy? Come here. Come here. Yeah, cats have no concept what they don't step on or they don't care. A little tickle tickle. Oh, Miss Kitty will do that. She'll get her right on my damn neck. Try to hug and
I'm very lucky Logan is not into being that close to me.
oh, this is a funny video. We'll play this real quick, and I'll find what I want to. Told our drunk friend the TV is a touchscreen. Yeah. And so we got to do the Bigfoot vlogs and Then we'll go back to half-ass serious stuff.
So I sent you a link on Discord as well.
No, all right.
Direct message.
Add a word. And these
Favorite forest salt lick. All natural. Guys, I don't think that was a salt lick. Guys, I haven't slept in days since smelling that thing. I'm gonna try eating this mushroom to knock me out. Boys, I'm tripping balls right now. I'm losing all cognitive ability. Do not eat the mushrooms. I don't care what they say, you got the best bark I've ever seen. You smell like potential. I'm hugging this log because the forest is watching me breathe, and I don't trust that squirrel anymore. Oh man, I haven't slept in like 3 days. Is that a mushroom? Well, boys.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Suburbs, all of that stuff. Yeah, I got to cross through here once a year. That's why people catch those blurry pics, Faye. Risky angle. Dave said the forest wasn't for him anymore. Said he needed a yard and a mailbox. Suburb stuff. Dave said he likes getting mail. Bro, I had squirrels deliver mine way faster. Anyways, his decision. Stealth mode activated. I forgot my hat and glasses. I'm fully exposed out here. If I go down, tell the squirrels I went bravely. Shh, we're cool, we're cool. I'm not here for your frisbee, I swear. One of us wears shirts now, but a fire, some fish, and sitting under the sky, that part's still real. It's been good. He said I could crash here, so forest guest becomes backyard guest. Bigfoot out.
Yeah, them vlogs are wild. Absolutely wild.
Then there's that alien one. I think it was you posted the other day in Mike's server.
Oh yeah. The aliens ones now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Someone all they need to do now is make some with ghosts, and they'll be all set. They can have an empire.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised they haven't. They're kind of funny videos here. That's it. Not random. For anybody about to get upset, it's just jokes.
Wow. The fucking world is $281 trillion in debt. To who?
Wow. Jupiter. Cut the music out because it's going right hit me. Copyright. I'd be trying to copyright anything. I showed that. I showed that. I showed that. They got Speedy Gonzalez though. That damn ice. Damn ice got Speedy.
Us, it was just reported that famous celebrity cartoon actor Speedy Gonzalez was arrested early this morning by U.S. immigration officers after they reportedly received a tip by an anonymous informant. Speedy Gonzalez, a Mexican national, was apprehended as he exited a cheese factory in El Paso that has a long history of hiring undocumented workers. The mouse's temporary work visa had apparently expired, causing him to seek work outside the entertainment industry in an effort to support an alleged cheese habit. According to the report, Gonzalez was seen trying to elude the ICE officer's trap by running extremely fast while yelling in broken English. Speedy didn't make it very far, though, thanks in part to ICE's newly formed mouse unit, which uses highly trained cats to seek out and capture illegal alien mice. American television personality Dr. Phil was at the scene while Speedy Gonzalez was being arrested. Here's a brief video of the tense interaction between the two celebrities.
What's your name?
Speedy Gonzalez.
Where you from?
México, señor hombre calvo.
Where you born?
Inside mi madre, señor.
What have you been charged with?
With being the fastest mouse in all of Mexico, señor Telémico.
Are you a citizen?
Sí, señor. The citizen of Earth.
But you've never been deported before?
Before what, señor Dr. Phil?
How do you know me?
We love Dr. Phil in Mexico, so can I go now?
Not really.
Please, sir.
You've been charged with sex crimes with children?
No, señor. I thought that cheese was aged.
Let's take him in and process and lock him up.
Oh,
Also arrested with Speedy was his cousin Slowpoke Rodriguez, better known as the slowest mouse in all Mexico, with both mice expected to remain in ICE custody pending their removal proceedings. Due to Speedy's high-profile arrest, much speculation has been swirling in news media outlets as to the identity of the individual whose tip led authorities to the apprehension of the yellow sombrero-wearing rodent. The anonymous individual who called immigration on Speedy Gonzalez was later identified as none other than Hollywood actor Sylvester the Cat, who has a long, tumultuous history of playing Speedy's regular nemesis, both on and off screen. It looks like Sylvester the Cat got the last laugh in his longtime cat and mouse feud with Speedy Gonzalez. Oh, well, adios, amigo.
Boy, Speedy had the evolution of watching Joe Rogan.
He's, interesting, just talks about stuff and has some good jokes. This is day 2 of watching Joe Rogan, and I started taking more vitamins and supplements, and I feel pretty good, including AG1. This is day 3 of watching Joe Rogan, and I am now an orange belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I do judo, and I eat elk for breakfast. This is day 4 of watching Joe Rogan, and according to Graham Hancock, the ancient pyramids of Egypt are actually power plants that generated energy and electricity, which is what inspired Nikola Tesla's Wardenclyffe Tower through conducting electricity through piezoelectricity. And according to Jimmy Corsetti, Plato's description of Atlantis perfectly fits and describes the Eye of the Sahara original structure. This is day 5 of watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and the big pharmaceutical industry is lying to you. They are a multi-trillion-dollar business that are not health providers, but publicly traded corporations that prioritize not your health, but shareholder profit. They don't want you to know about ice baths. They don't want you to know about the carnivore diet. They don't want you still to know about AG1. They don't want you to know about hyperbaric chambers. If you're not snorting AG1 every single day, you are a victim of the pharmaceutical industry. You should be snorting AG1 every single day, taking DMT for breakfast, and eating elk meat that you hunted 3 times a day. Take your ice baths, wake up at 5 a.m., train hard in jiu-jitsu, and watch Graham Hancock, Randall Carlson, and Jimmy Corsetti every single day. Now I'm going to get back to my ice bath.
Oh man, that AG1. That's a lot of podcasts that have sponsors. They're all over the place.
I've seen that. Like a lot of them are. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. One more feel good, I guess. And then we'll get back serious, maybe. I don't know. It's pretty cool right here. What?
Let's go! Let's go! Oh! Let's go!
I couldn't hit that good with my 2 arms and 2 legs. Work. Last time I played golf, I lost 6 balls and 9 holes. And the last one, I dropped in the water twice. Yeah, sweet. She forgot about the methylene blue. Yeah, AG1 is a supplement where it's all the greens and stuff. You get all your all your information, all your food and stuff, and it's like even like off-roaders and stuff, like off-road channels, they AG1 has them. This poor dude right here.
Just remember,
You had a bad
at
day.
least you weren't this guy.
Yep. Where's it? Damn it. There it is. Dude. Say the bit. He's like, oh shit. Yeah, at least you're not that person. But yeah, AG1,
greens.
yes, all your greens and all that kind of good stuff. It's kind of high. I mean, I guess anything good for you is.
Oh yeah.
There is a drink AG1.
Not that we're medical experts in any way.
Now we are not medical experts
Just saying.
whatsoever. I'm drinking Dr. Pepper instead of AG1, so.
Yeah, I just finished off my my bottle of Diet Pepsi a little while ago. So.
Yeah, 1 scoop once daily. Supposed to have your all your nutrients and stuff, and it's supposed to be really good. You know, he had a probiotics. Let me see if I get the
Words are hard.
right word out. Yep. Words are hard, Mr. James. That's for sure. Yeah, you got vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, greens and superfoods, antioxidants, stress adaptogens, good old digestive enzymes. But yeah, it's like $80 a month.
Oh yeah.
Or $100 a month. I'm like, I just drink my Dr. Pepper and eat me some fruit.
Yeah.
That's what I've
It
been
always
doing.
makes me wonder about stuff like not necessarily just that, but like, you know, you're always told, well, eat healthy, and then you see people that eat whatever they want to, and they still live to be like 100, and they're eating all kinds of stuff, and it's just like,
Yeah, you see Richard Simmons, how for one of the health gurus of all time, like, and he passed away like early 60s. So
yeah.
then you got rockers that smoked and did every drug in the world, and they're in their 80s, so
Yeah. What, the 2 or 3 of the Rolling Stones, I think, are
yeah
in that group.
yes. Yeah, it's one of them things, That's what, if it's your time, it's your time. I mean, you need to be smart and be healthy the best you can. I mean, not to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you're 700 pounds, we've all seen all them poor people that that big is beautiful thing they did a few years ago, and you hear a lot of people stop because all of them were dying.
Yeah.
They were on TikTok and they were all on that, and they're like, "Hey, look at this! I ate 15 Big Macs a day, whatever, and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and they died, and this person died, and this one had all kinds of stuff. It's sad,
Yeah.
Even Lizzo, she dropped a bunch of weight because it was just, body and your heart can only take so much, but but then in the end, like I said, it's your time, it's your time. Sometimes you get, but also you see like working out. What's his damn name? The actor. He's like 99 years old right now, and he works out every day, or 3 times a week. Oh, dang it! I can see him. I can see him dancing.
Huh.
I can see him dancing. Once I see it, oh yeah, Dick Van Dyke.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke's 99 years old and still, like, he works out. I think he said he works out like 3 or 4 times a week, and he can still move around. He's in great shape. Um, it's one of them wild things. And then you see other people who are 99 and 100 years old, and they don't do nothing.
Yeah.
It's one of them things. I don't know. But I do know few things I do know. If you're able to work out and able to do that, it does. It will make you feel better, and it releases things, endorphins and stuff.
Right. Yeah. As much as I do sit at my computer and stuff. I'm always getting up every couple hours at the most and walking around the apartment a little bit and taking care of this little thing or that little thing. And
Oh yeah.
it's not like I'm going out for walks that are across the apartment complex, but I must be doing something okay because I'm not I'm not at that overall. I'm not that large as far as weight goes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as long as you stay kind of, even a little bit active, you just move
Yeah.
around. Like, that's the ones that just sit there and like don't move at all. It's like that's the ones you see are just 800 pounds and huge.
I can't imagine because I, on any given chair, and even the most comfortable chair, I don't know how people don't get uncomfortable after 2 hours.
I mean,
Like,
y'all watch this podcast, y'all see me move around and all the
Yeah.
whole damn time. I can't sit right in this chair. It's a
No.
good chair, but it's still I can't just sit in this one spot. It's just
Yeah.
my body won't let me. I got to move around a little bit, adjust a little bit, just a little bit. It's bumping the shit, but I apologize, but I got to move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right here, I'm gonna move right now. Just get it. I'm thinking about it, but
Yeah. I love that blanket that you always use for the background there, Ricky.
yeah, it's a pretty cool one. I picked it up at a flea market last year, I guess, over there. But it's real. I'll be glad when I get the other wall done because it's a super soft blanket too.
That's nice.
Want to be sitting in your recliner or something like that, sitting back. It's a good one to be cuddled up with when it's cool.
Yeah.
Let me share a couple tech videos I wanted to share. I said mostly I had today was all the crazy riots. There's just so much, but
Yeah.
I couldn't just show that because
A board member of Pfizer. OpenAI just chose 4 new members for their board of directors. They could not have chosen a worse cast of characters. And there seems to be a pattern here. So yesterday they released this statement with their 4 new board members. First, we have Sue, the former CEO of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, also a board member of Pfizer. She's also a member of the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology. But for some reason, when the White House wanted to write her bio, they thought that her 2 most prominent positions at Pfizer and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation shouldn't be on this page. I wonder why. Even spicier, this one's hard to find. She's on the board of directors of this company called Resilience, which strangely also has the CEO of In-Q-Tel on it. In-Q-Tel is the investment company for the CIA. There are actually a number of people on this board of directors that have links to the CIA other than this dude. And this company I'm talking about, Resilience, is the company that manufactured all of the mRNA for the thing that Moderna gave to everyone. Kind of weird. Next up is Nicole Seligman. Nicole is famous for being the president of Sony Entertainment, the company that had some beef with Michael Jackson that we've recently talked about. She also previously worked at Paramount. She's a lawyer, and she's represented some interesting people like Bill Clinton. And if you know the Iran-Contra scandal, she represented Oliver North in those trials. In this old article from the Washington Post, they talk about how, by all accounts, Seligman has won the trust and confidence of both President and Hillary Rodham Clinton. The First Lady thinks the world of her, says Mrs. Clinton's press secretary. Man, that's some high praise from a really great person. What a good endorsement. For those of you keeping track of how many Zion...
that's who I want to endorse me. When we take the podcast to that next level, I want Miss Rodham.
I'll get you some attention anyway from both
Yeah,
sides.
we'll get some attention before I get buried in a back alley in Bangkok.
Oh man, no, let's not have that happen.
The board of OpenAI. She's also Jewish. I believe that brings the total to 3 out of 7. Not totally sure if there's more or not, because I can't think of anything better for Israel's public image than to have the AI that's giving everyone answers to their questions about the world, answers that are pro-Israel. And then we have Fiji, who is the CEO of Instacart, but she spent a decade working at high positions at Facebook. At the top, she was the head of the Facebook app. That's in addition to the Facebook executives already on the board, like Brett Taylor, who was the CTO, and he was the chairman of old Twitter when, free speech was like totally good on Twitter. And we have Adam D'Angelo, who was high school friends with Mark Zuckerberg and the CTO of Facebook. So that's 3 former Facebook executives. And last but not least, the crown jewel, Larry Summers, former U.S. Secretary of the Treasury, former chief economist at the World Bank. He was heavily involved in repealing Glass-Steagall, which is what allowed banks to gamble with all of our money in the stock market and cause the crazy bubbles and the crazy crashes that we've seen since. He was instrumental in both setting the stage for the 2008 financial crisis, and then he was instrumental in the government allocation of our tax dollars to bail out his friends in the banks. I can't think of anyone that I would want farther away from the ethical development of AI than Larry Summers. As just one example of his high ethical standards, in the 90s, what's called the Summers Memo came out. A quote from it is, quote, "I think the economic logic behind dumping a load of toxic waste in the lowest wage country is impeccable, and we should face up to that." Meaning, it's really good business to dump all of our corporate toxic waste in poor countries because they can't do anything about it. And that's just good business, and we should face up to that, right? And then obviously Sam Altman is also back on the board, making a total of 7 people on the board of OpenAI, and I don't want any of them anywhere near the development of AI technology. Remember, Elon Musk is currently suing OpenAI for marketing themselves as an open source, ethical, nonprofit AI development company, and then transforming themselves into a closed source, unethical, for-profit AI development empire that is working to control the entire state of information on the internet. Working to develop technology that will benefit everyone all around the world. Just imagine when you don't even need to do research and look for information anymore because AI will tell you everything you need to know about what's real and what's not. It's going to be a brave new world soon. Just you wait.
And on that, we had, I was putting in, for like my description stuff, I do use AI to help me out, kind of give me a better wording and stuff and good ideas and give me ideas. I'll adjust it sometimes. Like today, I adjusted a little bit, added stuff to it I want to add, but I put it in there and I was like, look, it was, talking with Conspiracy 49, and I was like, I want a description about, the LA riots. It gave me the 92 Rodney King riots and started giving me a description about it. And I was like, no, wrong riots. It's the ones that are going on right now.
Yeah.
And it gave me, well, I can actually show it. Good old Grokker. To get my history and stuff, which is, always good.
No problems there. Yeah.
It shows everything I've looked up and any kind of stuff like that. No big deal. Nothing to worry about. Must be on. It was on Grok. If you play with Grok, you can actually go to grok.com and you can have a separate history from the Grok you use in the where is it at? Are they hiding it from me now? They might. They are not showing it. They're not showing what I did today.
That Ricky knows too much.
Ricky knows too much. Doggone it, Ricky. I did do Chat GPT, and it did the same thing. It showed me 92 Los Angeles riots. Here, let me pop it up for y'all to see what I'm talking about. Interesting stuff. Why you always fact check on AI? It's they're already having problems with just making up answers and all that kind of stuff like that. But if you're using AI, I always fact check it. But yeah, I put in there, make a title and description, talking with Conspiracy 49 about the LA riots and what comes of the aftermath. And it talks about the 92 Rodney King. I'm like, here I am, wrong riots, the ones going on right now, and turn around. And so then, like, here is the YouTube description right here. Is we're digging into June 25th, the anti-ICE protests and raids. They are not. The AI is not calling it a riot. They won't call it a riot. Neither one of them was calling it a riot.
Yeah.
It just shows that there's even with it being AI, there's still a narrative, and I had it. So it's something to look into when you're playing with AI, which is a very good. If you're using it, it's a very good tool. You can use a lot of cool stuff. But as anything, fact check. We talked about it on this podcast before. Make sure you're use 3 sources, at least 3 different search engines. Do not use Google anymore. Google is for sure. Don't use Google. Sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, but we're just talking. We're not professionals or nothing. Remember that.
Yep.
So we won't. We'll get my YouTube channel, take it down one day. I swear I am. But but yeah, I mean, use one of the other ones. There's lots of them. You can use Opera. Use Opera browser. You want to use a search engine there. You can use, you know, there's so many more you can use. So that's my recommendation. Do with what you want to. Use DuckDuckGo. I'll just say just use at least 3 different search engines and look around. If you're looking for something, if you're looking up for a part for your car, hell, you're good with Google. That's what I use to. I guess But if you're actually looking into deep information and really need to truly deep dive into something, fact checks for sure, because there's a lot of misinformation on the search engines right now. Absolutely.
Yeah. What I do for my when I do topic based shows in my podcast, uh, especially the ones I do with Jen, the Arcane Observer. Once we pick a topic, I'll put it in an AI, but then I go right from I pretty much ignore the write up and I go right to the sources that it gives, and just go check out those links and those articles, and just check them out. And usually I'll find whatever I need right there from just the sources themselves. Never mind whatever the AI says, and that's worked well so far. You know,
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah,
getting what I
just
need.
still using it as a tool and kind of giving you an idea and helps you. I mean, it's a great tool and it's good to help. And um, I know for me, sometimes like just having the the true wording of how I want to put something is sometimes it's very hard for me to put it to words sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when I'm flowing with it and I'm bringing it out, like like we're talking right now, I'm better at it. But like if I'm really thinking about, okay, how do I want to word this so it works? I overthink it. It's just how my brain works. I overthink it because I'm like, all right, I want to make sure it sounds good. I want to sound professional. Don't want to sound silly, and I'll overthink it. And so it is a handy tool for that, but for sure check it because it's gonna you'll be surprised.
Yeah, I basically, for the most part, I use it now as a sort of a workaround to web searches. because like I said, I'll put in the topic of what I want, and then I'll just go right to the sources that it gives, and that works better. I found than putting the topic I want in any web search, because you just get overflow. You just get flooded with every little thing that has even just the smallest connection to what it is you want to talk about. That was Logan. I don't know why she was spazzing for. Apparently, she's excited about something I'm saying. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So that's how I do it for searching things these days. I don't bother with search engines. I go through put in the topic I want to find out about and then get the sources.
Yes. That's a good way to do it for sure. So we're looking at this. Oh, I was like, what is that? Miss Honey retracting things. Oh, it's all right. It's on my corner. I got my other computer over here to my right. So if y'all wondering, for the ones that are brand new and never seen the stream, I got my computer over here to my right now until I get the new podcast place done. Like I said, I ain't feeling my best, my 100%. So I ain't been over there sanding, and my science is already messed up. I really don't need to be inhaling sheetrock dust.
No.
So I didn't get over there sand and painting and get everything ready. So I'm hoping by the end of the month I'll be over there in the new spot. That's the goal for July 1st. For July 4th weekend, maybe I can be over there. We'll see.
Yeah.
Which then it'll be a nicer setup. I'll have my big screens up. I'll have multiple screens back up, and hopefully everybody likes the. It's I put a lot of thought into it, so it's gonna be fun. Which I got the Ghost Whisperer paint for all the walls, and
nice.
which is pretty cool. Little light green colors.
Yeah, I just love that they actually a main a name brand, well, a paint brand anyway, like a name brand with that word in there, and their description. That's a small sign of possible change coming in the future.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty funny video. I'm sitting there kind of scrolling a little bit while we're talking.
Yeah.
See if I can get an idea. Something cool else to add to it. And look at this dog.
The same shirt as me. Oh, morning, Bruce. Hi, guys. You're both wearing the same.
I'm not looking at your food, I swear.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, it's good, isn't it? Shall we start with welcome, great British friend. I usually do that. Last time. I love eating this bit. I'm not sure about making it with biscuit. He looks like Alice's Korean masterpiece. I think that's a fun piece of work. Enjoy starving.
Yeah,
that's like, I'm not looking at anything. I don't
know. No, don't worry
at.
about me. Just keep your head turned, and we'll be good. Absolutely.
You can't. No one can tell me that animals are not intelligent in some ways.
Oh, they are now.
They develop weird little interest in things for no apparent reason. Like recently, Logan has decided that when I go to bed or when I go anywhere, she has to investigate my mini. Has to open the door and look in there. And then, of course, I when I find it later, the door's open, and it's like, oh, cat, you're costing me money here. You gotta stop this. So, yeah. Never. She did that once years ago, and then she was fine for several years, and then now she's deciding she needs to look into it again.
We have another one. Doo-doo-doo. I mean, I went down to Florida, and well, my ex's son, when his wife was down there, and um, I was down there, and I was on the Gulf Coast down there in Mississippi, and he called me and see what I was doing. I said, well, hell, I'm down here around Biloxi. And he said, well, hell, I'm in Pensacola. And I said, well, hell, I'll head your way. So I jumped in my car and hauled the interstate and drove to Florida. And it's one of my whole life has always been like that. Like the AIP, anything is possible. Mantra is, it really is like anything is possible. Me and my buddies used to do that all the time. We get to hang out together, and God only knows what the hell we would do, And like we might go over here, get something to eat. We might go to the casino, might go to the club. Who knows? It was just with them AIP, anything possible. So, but when we were down there in Florida, the reason I said that is because it was some sharks. Me and his wife were talking about, hell, it might be a shark down here or something. But
oh no,
this lady here. You got a shark?
We've got a shark coming. There actually is a shark in the water, like right where you were. There's the fin.
She's like, nope.
Wow, that's just a good sizable shark right there. That's awesome. Look at that.
I
don't know. But you were like right here. Shark's right there. That was so cool. Yeah. Oh.
I don't think she agrees with him on the cool part.
No,
What do y'all think? What about the chat over here? What do y'all think? Y'all think that was cool? That's where she was standing and a shark come through there?
I think she probably wanted to say more, but she used it on video. Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah, I think she knew he was recording, so she didn't let loose. You dumb mother.
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
Actually, when I used to live on Guam when I was a kid. My dad was Navy. And my mom, told the story, like I was swimming out in the ocean, and I guess it was dolphins. We figured it's dolphins because I didn't get eaten. So, but it was
hopefully.
Yeah, it was either a bunch of dolphins or a bunch of sharks swimming around me, and I was swimming with the dolphins, which was kind of cool.
Maybe they thought, he's too little. He wouldn't.
Yeah. I'm just a snack. I wasn't. I was on like 5. I wasn't worth messing with.
That's just a bite.
Yeah, don't.
I have never been in the ocean water, and I'm kind of okay with that.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I know on Guam there was a cool spot. It was where they had a eruption and an earthquake, and it actually part of the ocean got covered up, and so blocked it off. So this little lake that was formed because of the being blocked off, it was super super salty, coming from the ocean. So it was you're really really buoyant. So it was really hard.
Wow.
Like you couldn't, and you floated no matter what. There was so much salt in the water right there. So, but it was real pretty. I remember pieces, like small little bits.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my childhood I really don't remember, to be honest, but I remember that just a little bit. I think partly because of hearing the story, but there was a waterfall right there too, so it pouring down. So it was like paradise over there.
Yeah.
You had 75 degrees every day, and
that's not a bad temperature at all.
no,
It's
and
like
if it
middle
did
of
rain,
water.
it dried out by the end of the afternoon. Like it rained like every day anyway, but it'd dry out. So, and then the Samoan people were amazing. The Tagalog, like the people there, the Guamanians and stuff there was like Samoan people. Like it was amazing because I remember my mom ran off in a ditch one time with her little car, and 4 Samoans came up and picked her car up and walked back up the hill and set it back on the road with us in it.
Wow.
My mom was pregnant with my brother and me in the car. It was 2 of us, and with one in the oven, but
yeah.
And yeah, they come down there and see mom go off in the ditch, and they come down there and picked her car up and set it back on the road and waved at us and all right, y'all have a good day.
That's neat.
Yeah, I almost stayed over there. My great aunt hadn't got sick. We probably would have stayed over there.
Yeah, if I ever do manage to get some major money, there's a lot of traveling I want to do eventually. Just so many friends I want to go and visit. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean it's nice to be able to get around. I love traveling. Except when it's time to come home. That's the only bad part. Like,
Yeah.
it is like I want a teleporter. Like when it's
Yeah.
time for me to want to come home, I want to be able to just zap and go boom boom and be home. But
Oh my gosh.
but other than that, it's like the traveling, looking around, seeing stuff. Man, I love it. I don't mind driving. Like when I drove 7.5 hours up to Cincinnati for that fight, it was no big deal. They were like on the way back, and we're just trying to get home, and I was like, I ain't stopping no more. We ain't stopping. We're going.
Yeah, that makes me think of I don't go over anywhere overnight much, and if I do, it's family's houses or whatever. But a couple of years ago, I went to my first and only so far paranormal convention, and it was like a 2-hour, 3-hour drive. My family had to take me there and bring me back, and I was all excited, and I had a decent time and everything. But that day when it was that day I was gonna go home, I was like, I wish I had a teleporter. Same kind of thing. Like I just want to be home now, and it wasn't gonna happen. But yeah, no, I totally understand that, and I wasn't even gone that long. I was gone for like a day and a half. So yeah.
Yeah, when I went to North Dakota, it was like a 17-hour ride. It was
Oh.
that was a uh, that was a trip. I mean, when I coming back, it wasn't bad. I still took 2 days getting back, but I was pushing myself harder when I was coming back. But going up there, I was kind of taking my time. I think I drove like 11 hours that first day, and then I found me a place to stay. It was because I was all the way up on I was on the edge of Canada. Hey, let me tell that funny story. If the ones that hadn't heard it, because we'll just tell a funny story for a second. But I drove up to North Dakota, and I was actually working up there for about a month. The way I am when I get somewhere, I want to go see where stuff is at, and I have an understanding where things are. I don't like being not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was driving around, and I seen this thing that said a park. I said, "Well, I'm gonna go check that out, see what kind of they got something there. They got who knows, a statue, whatever. I don't know what's got there." So I was going through there. Come to find out, the park was actually between Canada and the United States. You would have to go through the the border to actually get to the other part, and stuff where you're at. So it's like, oh shit. So I got in line and I got up there, and we stopped, and they were like, all right, you've never been over here, you've never been to Canada, so we're going to check you and search your vehicle. I'm like, okay, cool. Y'all search your vehicle all you want. It's no like, do you have any weapons? I was like, no, I don't have any weapons. And we were sitting there, and I turned around and they opened up my trunk and they found a nunchuck in my trunk of my
yeah.
car. And they're like, what about this? I'm like, it's a nunchuck. Well, it's a weapon you're trying to smuggle into Canada. I was like, so I'm gonna try to take over Canada with this effing nunchuck. I'm a bad man, you know. I'm gonna take over this whole country with this nunchuck. But
Yeah, that no one can actually use as a weapon unless you've like done what? How many hours? How many days of practice or whatever?
oh, thousands of hours, like really, you know, without beating yourself to death, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And but yeah, and I sit there and they were going to impound my vehicle and they actually put me in a room and interrogated me for a couple hours. I mean, it was like in a movie. Like I was in there and people come in, ask me a bunch of questions. They would leave. More people come in, ask me more questions. They're like trying to see if I was telling, you know, keeping a consistent story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, finally like, well, just let me say it wasn't mine. And they turn around and say, all right, you got to go back. You know, I'm like, okay, cool. I was like, I'm done with Canada today anyway. I wasn't trying to come over here in the first place. And we turned around and I got back over there. And so then I had to go through once I left Canada, which I was sitting like you could see from the building to building where you checked in. You could see that, you know, I could see the other building. And so and you turn around, I went back to the other one and like, well, did you bring any fruit? Did you do this? I'm like, and I was mad at that point, and I said some things I probably shouldn't have. I was like, you see my car. My back of my car has been sitting there for 3 hours. Yet. I didn't bring shit. I ain't got shit. And they're like just looking at me, and I'm like, look, what the hell? I'm been sitting right there. Y'all seen the back of my car. I know y'all have.
Yeah.
Y'all seen them sitting there searching me. Y'all seen them try to impound my damn car. I said, let me go. And they finally listen, let me come on back in the country. And my friend I was staying up there was just laughed at me like, what the hell? How the hell you know, your second day here, you get freaking a car almost impounded. And no strip search, Don. I just look at, but they searched the vehicle and they, you know, how all that kind of stuff, and yeah, they found a nunchuck in the back of it. But yeah, that was my Canada. So I've been to Canada, quotation marks, but that's as far as I went crawling into Canada. Been to Mexico a few times though. I used to go with my grandfather every weekend.
Hmm.
We go down to Laredo, cross the border right there, Laredo, and go buy stuff, bring back up here in Memphis and sell. Old chalk statues of lions and tigers and stuff. We go down there and get cast iron, the patio sets with the chair, the black metal tables, the chairs and stuff for your patio. We'd go down there and buy them and a bunch of stuff. Back in the 80s, a bunch of stalks like feathers and stuff. That was a big thing people liked having and stuff. And we used to go down. I used to go about every other weekend with them.
Hmm. Yeah, I have very very distant relatives down in Mexico. That I don't know them except I know of them, basically that kind of thing. So it really it's been really weird hearing about everything going on. Again, going back to current events, just with all the stuff that people have been detained or whatever. And it's just been weird because even though I'm sure a lot of it a lot of it's propaganda, but then there's a lot of it that's probably real, and it's just all that whole mix. So your mind starts going to like, how does this work? Why is this even happening? Why can't people get along? Because I've got relatives down there. It's just what the heck, people.
Yeah,
But,
really.
oh,
I was looking in the chat. See, Mr. Strange actually said he went across there for 12 hours. They told him if he didn't report back, he was going to be a fugitive of the country. And they had his ID, so he had to come back within 12 hours. That's wild.
that is.
Yeah, they don't mess around. And that, hell, that was 2006. Yeah. Damn,
Well,
it's
it just
been
makes
almost 20 years. Holy hell.
yeah. It just makes you think. My grandparents, they were both from there. My grandparents used to every January they'd go down to visit all the relatives down there. For a week or two or whatever. Like they would do that every year for years. It just makes me think of them doing that 20 years ago or whatever. If time was different and they were still around and able now, like I wouldn't want them to go just in case in a way.
Yeah, it's crazy right now. Um, Absolutely, it's crazy.
But yeah, so it's weird seeing everything now and then just thinking about ties that my family has to from down there.
Hmm. We'll go back. We're still on pause. I don't even want to. I don't even want to go back talking negative stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool video. I seen this. I had to share this. I'll blow it up. High school's basketball game in Michigan.
Oh. Those people.
Everybody went quiet because the player actually was blind, so they got quiet so the player could make a shot. And they were like, pretty neat. The cheers a little loud, but yeah. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I like seeing them as like them team sports where you have a disabled child, something like that, and they help them. They're missing shots or something. They help them. They help the other team a rebound and give it back to them, even just where they can turn around. This little kid here is smart.
Mum said if you get her one more bad present, she'll burn it. Right. So I'm thinking we should get her a candle.
I like that too. I'm thinking get mama a candle. This starts off a sad video, but it turns into a good one. I think it's got music. Yeah, I want to hear they talk about people out. Amazing the difference. That poor pup, and then the difference in love, and somebody giving a shit. That's the difference there is right there. I mean, I believe that's with people too. You can see people that's. I believe we're the same way.
Yeah.
Troubled people, and then actually find somebody that actually gives a shit about them. Then you can see the turnaround in their life. That cute little kid in there. And another one of these cats is sitting there living the best life. We say, James, there are alien overlords.
Oh yes. I should not. I'm hoping Logan isn't seeing this. I don't want her to get any ideas.
Yeah, look at this little sucker. No music. Like, what you doing, buddy? Yeah, that'd be. Had his whole head inside a watermelon.
It's amazing how animals can just squeeze into things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I need this dog to make me some money. I'll sit him out front with some oranges and stuff. Like, all right, give me some money, buddy. Put it in the bucket. There you go.
You got your storekeeper and security all in one thing.
Oh yeah. He took off with it and probably bite you in the butt. I'll be stealing my oranges now. Put it in the bucket.
That's funny.
And another one right here.
Oh, that's pretty.
The power of love.
It's like, okay, I guess, kinda.
I kind of like that. I think that calico I got out front, I think if I ever damn pet it, it's going to be the same way.
Yeah.
She's all big-eyed and like, nope, you feed me. That's all you can do. I don't want you touching me. But this little kitten.
Yeah. It's almost a Logan kitty.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's true. The little, just a baby. Just a baby.
Yeah, I got a picture of. I should put a picture of Logan up from when she was a kitten on my Discord later.
A little. Oops, where'd you go, buddy?
But yeah,
where'd my video go?
They can go from just happy and purring and to hissing and growling, and then back to purring and happy. It's like, okay, cat.
This thing just went nuts on me. Okay, here's the. It just added a bunch of videos.
Wow.
There you go. Here's your cat farm. Pet one.
Cat farm. I would love a cat sanctuary kind of place. I would just be. I'd probably spend way too much time there.
I saw that video. It just zoomed me down to the bottom here. Yeah, I showed that last time. Let's see. Why did they do this? Oh yeah, he's sitting here.
打架呢？土拨鼠打架呢？啊，笑死我了！他们说在会议上的路上会上土拨鼠打架，他们真的遇到了两个。
They were stopping traffic. At least the good people, they didn't run the poor things over.
Yeah.
This is pretty funny. I like the sound effect out of there.
Yeah.
Little crab. Little puppy. You waking me up.
Yeah,
has to pass by what?
Logan will sometimes meow at me if I bug her while she's asleep. She's like, leave me alone.
Use your alarm clock, James.
Yeah.
Whack, whack.
不孝女。
It's like, get up and feed me. Now look at this big old. This wombat.
You say that maybe you be thinking.
That's a big old. That's a big old. Pretty much, we joke around, call him the combat wombat. Yeah, I've trained with him for years, but that's his nickname. But yeah, there's a big old. Them wombats are big. This kitty that right here, they gotta. It's got to pay for his food. Yeah, get to work, kitty. He got his little bandana in his hat. He ready to go.
Logan would just flip. You're not putting none of that on me.
My brother's got outfits for some of his cats. It's funny. Some of them are cool with it. Some of them, ain't happening. Here's
Logan
the puppy.
Never even let me keep a collar on her with a bell on it. She'd slip out of it every time.
Little kid and a goat. That's a bad habit to teach, though. He's going to mess around, catch him when he don't have that helmet on and try to want to play.
It's going to get that kid or guy eventually.
Yeah.
Spot, he's going to have a bad day.
I want to get a goat, though. I think I'm going to get a goat or two. Put them on the land. I don't have to cut the grass as much. Let them eat it. Though I have to be careful if I do plant anything I want to have, they don't eat that too.
Yeah.
Little incognito right here. Do. You don't see me. Oops, come all the way out. Yeah, it was so funny. There's that duck. Another one of feel good videos. The power of love.
Yeah.
Like I told a story on here before, like my parents, their dog they have now is because I found a dog and somebody threw on the side of the road. They actually threw it inside the road, still in the crate with the door closed on it. And the guys on the day crew actually broke it open, but she was so scared she wouldn't even come out of it.
Right.
And she didn't get a good fun ride home. So because I put her in the back of my truck and she slid all over the back of that truck. I just drove like I normally do. I didn't even think nothing about it. I sat back there and then I drove home and half asleep. And I was like, oh shit, I got a dog back here. So I pulled it out and I took it to my parents' house and I set it in the backyard and I called my mom. I was like, oh, by the way, you got a dog in your yard. Like, what? I was like, yeah, there's a dog in your backyard, by the way. And then within a week, it was in the house with mom and dad, and they love that thing. Jasmine. She's named after, what was that movie with Robert Duvall and with the old lion and stuff. I can't think of it. They're big old. That big old jacket for a buddy. That ginger kitty living life good. Yeah, it's a pretty funny video. But mom leaves the kids with dad.
Here comes the goat! The goat is on a roll! Turning back the clock! John Cena takes out Paul! F5 to the champion! And McIntyre with a Claymore! Stop! Onto the briefcase! Back to his feet! Now the power of Gunther! Get ready up for the powerbomb! Back in the center of the ring! Oh! Look at this man! Running the barricade! Lifted up over the table with a back! Oh, no! Oh! Kevin Owens, though. Oh! Did you hear that? I felt it. Did you hear that? Cena looks to put him away. Cena now. The attitude adjustment. There was just no. And here comes the gun.
That was the last one right here. We threw against that wall and just.
Yeah.
That one there.
Yeah,
Hey, look here like, oh, they can see his face like, oh shit.
First, when you started playing that, I didn't realize.
Did you hear that?
I didn't realize it was the bounce house thing. So I was like, at first I was like, oh my gosh. It took me a second to realize, oh, okay. All right. I got it.
Yeah, sweet. Secondhand Lions. That's it. That's the Robert Duvall movie. Yes, sir. If y'all haven't seen it, it's a really good. It's a good movie. It is a good movie. Oh yeah, that's a good one here.
I can say just about anything except three things. If I say the word CHICKEN, she will wake up. If I ask her if she wants to go OUTSIDE, she will wake up. If I ask her if she wants to go RIDE in the CAR, she will wake up. Anything else I say, she's not waking up. Steak, beef, hamburger, peanut butter. She loves salmon. Salmon skin, bone, dog treat. Oh, if I say the word WALK, she'll wake up. What else do dogs like? She likes pretzels. If I mention one of her TOYS, she'll wake up. So let's try this out. I've said a bunch of things, mentioned different kind of food she likes, but I know she loves CHICKEN, chicken.
I love that reaction.
Like, wait a minute.
Brain first.
You rang?
Body, and then, yeah.
That's a big old baby.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, I love these videos. And barking at the other dog, and then let me sit you down here. Never mind. I don't need to bark no more. I'm a badass again. That's like people on social media. You see each other in freaking person, hell they get quiet. On social media, they don't say anything. Little birdie and the kitty. Get rid of the music. I showed that one. Oh, look at that chunk. That's a fat cat. That cat's big as both mine. Mine are big. Mine are like 15, 14 pounds. That sucker's huge. Look at you protecting the puppy. Here, punish this one. Don't punish the baby. Oh, this is
Can I give you a boop?
These little foxes.
Can I give you a boop? Boop. Good boy. Aww.
Good morning. Hi, Portia.
Oh, this one.
Hi.
So I ain't never had a fox.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I ain't never had a fox, but the things, the sound it makes is crazy.
Yep. Never want one of those.
How about that, James? You have one of them in your room?
No.
No 700-pound cows?
Everyone.
She'd rather be in the house with me than out in the pasture with any other cows.
Nina, are we making popcorn? Is that your favorite snack?
One of our favorite things is watching a movie, especially like if it's cold outside. So she'll curl up on the rug and we'll just watch TV together, and she'll lay down and hang out there for hours.
Why?
When Nina was first born, she was the smallest calf that I had ever seen, and she wasn't nursing properly. So I pretty much stayed with her 24/7, and she was bottle fed every 6 hours. Since I didn't really leave her, she kind of saw me as mom.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
She's like the biggest blessing in my life. Nina is definitely not.
I hope she's
Anything
potty
that
trained. That's
can-
all I gotta say.
Yeah. Anything that could like slam me into a wall and hurt me, I'm not interested in having as a pet.
Yeah. The only thing I'll be worried about is potty train, because that thing gonna make a
That
mess.
too. Yeah, that too.
Ooh. I showed that one.
Like if it's the cat, you know, I mean, if it goes insane or whatever, I can toss it back across the room if I have to or whatever. But
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you got something that's as big as you are.
Yeah. Like big 700-pound cow.
Yeah, no.
That buddy's snoozing hard. Oh, little baby wolf. And no grumpy cat. That cat pissed. I don't know what they did to that cat, but she ain't happy at all.
Don't look at them. Sometimes I just don't want you to look at them. That's all it takes.
Yeah,
sometimes.
It's
It doesn't have to be
alligator.
much.
I just know it was cool. It's a cool video. Made that little kid's day, you know that. He didn't touch the home plate. He didn't win. Yeah, pretty.
Oops. As I reach up and hit my microphone with my hand. That was real good.
It's all good. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, hey, I gotta say that one for the group of cool videos of, like I said, it's feel good. Like I said, I've saved like 30, 40, I don't know how many minutes of stuff. I just kept on seeing them. Like I said, there's so much negativity.
Oh
So I
yeah.
can go to sleep. So much negativity going around. There's little feetsies. We saw that earlier. So much negativity going on right now. And just he don't know what he's looking at. He ain't happy about it though.
Well, it's funny
Disgusted.
because you hear about all these platforms, these social media platforms, and I just realized this now, but like Twitter or X is just terrible. Oh, Reddit's just terrible. Whatever, Facebook's just terrible. Yeah, the people that run them are, I don't like them, but as platforms entirely, no, they're not all terrible.
Hmm. It's all what you look at. Like if
Yeah.
because I look at a lot of these videos here to save for the show, like for the end of the show. I get a lot of this in my algorithm. So if you look up dog video, cat videos, you know, uh, if you, so you'll see more of that. Like if you only look up negative stuff and only put negative stuff into you, that's all you're gonna get. You're just all
Yeah.
it will show you, because it's gonna show you what you're looking at. So if you're only looking at negative things over and over again,
Yep.
then it'll be a lot of negative, evil stuff. Um, if you turn around and start looking up and clicking on a bunch of animal videos, it'll turn around and show you a bunch of animal videos, and that couch there was ruined. Why would you? What is it? One thing I never understood: why would, if you had like big animals and stuff, why would you have a glass table? If you have kids, why the hell do you have a glass table?
No! Oh no!
Wow, that whole door. Wow.
Yeah, that whole wall come down there. Yeah, that's funny.
I don't even like glass tables because I can barely see them when I'm walking around them.
Yeah, I got a couple of end tables like that I got from my grandparents. And I got a coffee table and two end tables, and the two end tables got glass top, and the coffee table had a glass top, but my cousin broke it because they sat on it and broke the glass top. So there's a piece of plexiglass in there. But yeah, that.
Oh no!
Just took the whole wall down. And yeah, so like it's like, man, why would you have class? Look at this kid. She's a healthy kitty. You get a little food, a little cucumber to go with her food, a little balance.
Getting those veggies in.
You got to get your veggies in. The cat's doing better than I do.
Yeah. Same.
I sure don't eat my veggies. I won't lie. Yeah, I showed that one there.
I was out doing errands today, and I stopped at a gas station and got me a couple of their sandwiches. I know they're terrible, but also they tasted so good.
Oh yeah, I showed this last week. I don't know why my videos are all kind of sideways right now. They're not in order, but this is funny. This is still funny as hell. This cat's expression on each one. This gotta hurt right here.
What? Those are evil.
There's our evil.
Two hands, go, 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 girl. Don't let go. Dad, oh no.
This is the cat. The video, the parts are funny with that cat.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
one.
pretty funny. All these turtles here. This is pretty
and
cool.
that does not have to be AI. Cats can make that expression.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. They are very expressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I work together, guys. Their buddy over. It's pretty. Oh yeah, what would you do? You're camping here. You're camping. All of a sudden, someone tried to shoot
Is either
people.
a horse or a sheep. Trying to eat our tent. Holy please don't bite a hole in it. Ah! No, it doesn't give a Right, I'm gonna have to sit that tent because if it bites a hole in it. Oh my god! Look at all that! Hello. I think they're pretty chill. They're pretty chill.
It'd be kind of cool, but it'd be kind of scary at the same time because that's how you got woken up by.
Yeah.
Something trying to chew through the freaking tent to get to you. And that's the old guy there. So one more video. This one's pretty cool. Another feel good. He's trying to beatbox with Daddy. Oh man.
It's amazing. We've been going for 3 hours already.
Yeah. It don't take long for almost 3.5. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe calling it there, James. You got any shout outs you want to do, James? Anything else you want to talk about?
Thank you for letting me hang out, and
Yeah.
it was great. And I'm looking forward to you feeling better, of course. And then your next show. Yeah, just for anyone that doesn't know me, you probably can see on the screen there that my I have this thing called Salcedo Paranormal. That's a podcast I do. And yeah, just you can find that at salcedoparanormal.com. That's SALSIDO paranormal.com. And find all the links to everything there, including all my shows and ways to support the show and social media and all that as well. So yeah, and then so thank you all for being here and all the chat. I haven't seen all the chat since I joined Ricky here on the show itself, but I'm always glad to hear from everyone, and thank you Ricky again for letting me be on.
Oh yeah. For y'all for sure. Check out James's podcast. I've been on there a couple times, and he's come over here a couple times, and it's um, uh, me let me shout out my buddies. They're not here.
Yes.
I think it's still a good, very good cause. I'm shouting out because it's my buddies. That's it's
yeah.
Jamie and Whitney. They have adaptability. I can't even talk right now. It's home services. So if you're in the tri-state area, I think even northern Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, they can help you if you just got disabled or if you just have some stuff happen where you need help. Improvements on the home. If you need somebody to, I think even if you need somebody to come do your laundry or something, cut your grass, whatever you need, give them a call for sure. Both of them are disabled that owns this thing. Jamie jokes, about Whitney. Hey, coach, she ain't got no legs. So she very inspirational. She hasn't not let it slow her down. She's an author, and now she's a big part of a MMA promotion too. So she's doing things with it, and so it's pretty cool. Not letting disabilities hold you back from what you want to do. Like the shout out James. James don't let anything, he could sit back and not do, but he enjoys doing the podcast and being part of other people's podcasts, for all and doing paranormal stuff and bringing up stories to everybody. And we appreciate him doing that. And so if you need help, check him out. Whitney Lavender, if you've seen at the beginning of the thing, like I said, she got her book. It's on Amazon. And see here a cartoon of her. She got no legs, coach, but she's an awesome person. Like I said, she's got an amazing spirit. Just electrifies a room when she comes in, kind of deal. And so seeing Jamie and Whitney together doing great things, it's been a blessing to me to see that and everything. It's pretty cool. And then take a little sip while it's loading. And I got the merch.
Yes.
If y'all want to check out some of the merch, James has got one of my shirts. He supported the channel there. I got lots of different designs and more to come. Whenever stuff comes to my head, get the Still More Believable Than. Got the Bigfoot riding Nessie with the UFO in the background. We got the OG Talking with Conspiracy logo. We got the AIP, the shirt. We got a yard flag and a sling bag and an apron, T-shirts. We got UFO shirts. We got ghost shirts. We got Memphis Blues barbecue and domestic violence shirts. If you have an idea for a shirt, we got to Keep On Keeping On. Where did Keep On Keeping On go? There it is. Keep On Keeping On. People ask me something and say, "Hey, I got an idea." Throw me ideas, and then I'll put it on the site. I enjoyed kind of doing this and kind of neat to put stuff together. And so that's a way to support. Make sure you kind of like and share. Check out the Trouble Minds Radio Network. Me and James and Matt Sal, and of course the Trouble Minds show, and so many other shows are on there.
Jen, the Arcane Observer.
Yeah,
it's there once in a while. And,
Herschel's shows on there, and I mean it's a amazing different group of different minds and just bringing different content. So check it out. We're all syndicated on there and stuff, so check out that for sure. And what else am I forgetting? I don't know.
I did forget to mention thanks to Sweets, because she's the one that told me about your merchandise store and helped me out with some designs for mine as well. So special thanks to Sweets for all the help that she gives all of us as well.
Oh yeah, Sweets and Hiker both are always dropping the links in the chats, and taking care of us and making sure everybody is informed. Like I said, if you're here to the end, I appreciate y'all, especially ones that have been here the whole time. Of course, ones if you are are new. A lot of times I got Jamie and I have Dave. Of course, James sat in with me today and I appreciate him. So every Wednesday we do this live at 8:30 Central Time. Mondays I have the shorts come out. Tuesdays I have a throwback where I'm putting back an older show, the ones that might not got seen. I've had so far pretty good luck at doing that. I've gotten more views on the throwbacks than I did the original video, so I guess that's a win. And so it's also get the chance to see and see how I've grown and changed how things are, and there's me constantly learning how to do this thing. So, and it's one of the things that's not stopping and steady learning and learning new ways to do it and new stuff. And looking forward to the new podcast place studio that I'm working on and can't wait for y'all to get to see it. I say it every week. And as always, I appreciate all the chat. I see Gaston's come in here. Got Don and Matt's Owl, Hiker and Sweets, Mike Strange coming in. We had, let's see, come on, chat. Come on, Mousy. Work, Mr. Mousy. North Vixen came on the Rumble. We had brain. I'm brain in there. Yeah, JB, Knights of the Storm was on Rumble, so we had a good few on there, and then on the YouTube we had quite a few. We had Miss Honeybee. I see Monique popped in. Joey came in. Gaston's coming in. Old Dave, he came in for a little bit. He may be listening to the back. Independent came in for a first timer, Mr. Mission Control, which he sent me an email with some cool stuff. Bad Nurse is coming in. So eventually one day I won't be able to go all the way back through and stuff. But
yeah,
again, Charlie came in. I still want to just shout out everybody. I'm sure Dave's Waffle House is lurking in the background asleep. Like I said, I do appreciate y'all for keep coming back, and I'm gonna keep on trying to make this more fun. Like I said, and this one here is more all the world stuff going on right now, but still always try to get you a positive out of something. Don't focus on the gloom and doom because it just drive you crazy, kind of deal, makes you sad.
Yeah.
But as always, y'all keep on keeping on in the peace and chicken grease, and y'all be good.